Hey, guess who's back? We're back at it, baby. If smashing the snooze button is your morning cardio, brace yourself. Don't do it. Today, we're deep kicking that habit straight out of bed and into the sunlight. We're back at it this morning on the morning loop, this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John. We're getting started right now. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab, where
when something negative comes up.
Building muscle improves blood flow.
From squirty to squirrely.
Start small, build up, and expand from there.
Be entertained by fun over here.
How have I slept? Has my sleep been good? That's
regret doesn't come from breaking the rules, you guys. Yo, good morning, welcome to the biggest morning show on the planet. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We're getting after your live morning show for the real talk, motivating content, and downright entertaining conversation that free up your daily morning motivation and locks you into live morning accountability long, baby. Long after that caffeine fades. Sullivan, I see you comment in the feed. Sullivan, I see your comment this morning. I love you, brother. Thanks for reaching out. Hey, here's to 2108. That's the episode 2108 today. The roadmap, no table. Just some pure momentum. Let's get into it. People, on the deep dive today, the snooze button is killing your dreams. Hey, guys, we talk about it all the time. I'm going to throw some challenges out to you guys. We got the community started. Who gets up early? Maybe we can do a tag you're it, the 5 a.m. wake up challenge. Maybe it's 4 a.m., maybe it's 6 a.m., it's 3. Who's getting up first? Let's see you guys in the community. I know Jimmy's there. I know Melissa's there. We're going to talk about the snooze button killing your dreams this morning. Just true story, guys. We talk about it all the time here, but the snooze button will kill your dreams. We don't want to have that. No. We're going to have that big conversation today on the show. Also, getting into it in the morning loop, 30 full minutes. Used to be 15. Named after Johnny. Yeah, the 30 minutes of unpredictable news and conversation. The wild journey from Yankee Doodle to Lebowski. How dude? Dude, what's up, dude? What's shaking, dude? Yo, what's up, dude? How dude became every man's handshake. Plus five lightning round hot takes on today's biggest curveballs. Yeah, I got some stories to get on the table for you guys today. One of them involves a dildo. Yeah, true story. A big green one. The NBA. Yep, just tossing dildos at women on the court. You guys. All right, morning focus. We're going to eradicate. Yeah, we're talking about mosquitoes. What? Tick. Now, morning focus. We're going to eradicate tech neck, couch lock, and smoker slouch. The posture killers that are sabotaging your men's backs and all your athletic performance. Guys, you're just bending over too much. We got to do something about that. Center stage. We are going to get into center stage. We got a guest here today on the show, guys. We have Michael Dodsworth from Fanfare revealing why high stakes product launches crash and how to launch like a legend when servers start melting. We sure are, guys. And then, hey, hour three today inside the AI lab with me. That's me, Keith Billis. True story. I might bump it. We might meet for a little bit, and then we might bump it later on in the day. Why? Today could be a pivotal moment in the world of AI. ChatGPT 5 is going to be released today. You heard it here first. Yep, true story. 10 o'clock Pacific time, live stream out of OpenAI in San Francisco. So I'm thinking, depending on how the community reacts, I'm thinking we may go live later on this morning, post OpenAI announcement, to dig into what they announced and dig into that. But we'll get into that in hour three. Guys, I invite you to smash the channel, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment so the algorithm and YouTube knows that you are in the Mornings in the Lab tribe. And as you guys saw at the beginning, this is an R-rated experience. Yeah, baby. Parents, get the headphones on, or kids, kick the parents out of the room, send them packing. Don't hit the snooze button, guys. You're going to be 9 minutes behind the guy that doesn't. I know Johnny doesn't hit the snooze button. I don't hit the snooze button. Jimmy doesn't hit the well, Jimmy might hit the snooze button every now and then, I'm thinking, because we are your daily accountability partner here to help you start your day 7:30 Eastern time with Matt Roof, Kindness Rising, before we get after it here at 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here on the Mornings in the Lab live network. All right. Jimmy, from the etymology of dude to 5 headline shockers, we're going to cover men's motivation, AI, business, fitness, and emotional check-ins. Let's get after Jimmy. Let's bring in Johnny for the morning loop this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Johnny, and friends. Brother, what's going on today, my friend?
How are you, brother?
I am fantastic.
I'm good, but I'll tell you, yesterday was a day. Today is definitely a recovery day physically. Jesus Christ.
Well, it's actually good that maybe we're on the yin yang because, yesterday your energy was just popping through the screen. I think mine was too. And today I feel your energy might be like at a 9.9 instead of a 10, which you usually are, maybe a 9.999. I'm just telling you.
Right. Today's one of those days where I feel good, but it's the fact that I don't have any physical exertion I can say as is so needed. It was yesterday was holy shit. We had workout in the morning, nasty workout in the morning. Did some business.
Yeah.
Terry, I went and played pickleball, which turned out to be this. Yeah, well, sometimes we get these long volleys going because we don't really play to win. We play to stay alive.
Did you say long volleys, unlike the conversation with our guest yesterday?
No volleys. Like catch the ball and hold on to it. Catch the ball and sit on it.
Jeff Klauser, we love you, man. On behalf of Johnny and Keith, we love you.
Oh, dude. So we did this. We had some really good volleys, which, tough. Then I went and trained again. Then I came home and had a few hours of working on the businesses. Yeah. And then it was like, today we're going, actually, a wonderful day today. We're going to help one of our kids move.
Wonderful.
Guests coming in town. So Terry was like, we're going to have guests for, between tomorrow and the guests, we're not going to have any alone time for like 4 or 5 days. Like, well, I guess we know what we're doing tonight. So, it was just a physical exertion day yesterday.
Beautiful.
I was all day long. I was exerting something.
I love it, man. I love it. Johnny's living another day longer here today, guys. You know how we live. We know how we subscribe to the life expectancy work philosophy here at Mornings in the Lab. The reality is, if we are taking care of our sexual behavior, we are living longer, and so is our partner. So I invite you to consider that today as you get after your day. And guys, you guys can join the live conversation right now or in the Mornings in the Lab community. Call us 431-300-3005. Be kind or I'll kick you off. We had some idiots on the show yesterday after Johnny left. And actually, Jimmy,
what happened? What happened?
Well, yeah, I'll get it that in a quick second. We're gonna make an idiot button, Jimmy. I think so we're gonna have an idiot join, and they think they're funny. We'll just call them an idiot. Oh, we had some idiot on the show who decided to just think he can be funny with the N-word, and he called up and dropped the N-word, and then we just kicked him off the show. So yeah, just losers, right? But here's the thing, Johnny. Here's the thing, brother, and I'll be serious here. This is my area of expertise. I built a career on moderating and managing live content, so I know how to do this. So I did it with the world's biggest brands on some of the biggest stages, moderating and managing live conversation like we're doing. So I just lean back.
I love the concept. At some point, we'll have somebody answering the telephone before they serve them up to us. Right? That's the problem. Right. There's no fucking filter right now.
Yes, that's exactly. But I want to tell you something, man, because we talk about this all the time on the show. We talk about when we get up in the morning, sometimes our brains are in a fog. Sometimes we wake up with anxiety. But I'm going to tell you something, because I know you always talk about feelings and having awareness and attention to your feelings. Well, brother,
for sure.
I had an exceptional sleep last night. I was in bed right on time. I got my full 7.5, almost 8 hours. And on the business side of things, I'm like looking at the month. I'm at cash call time. Okay, I got to dip into the bank account and continue to fund the business, which is what it is. But every single month, I have a sense of anxiety when those kind of things happen, right? As any business owner would, right? But I'll tell you, I had such great sleep last night. I woke up this morning with a sense of excitement instead of sense of anxiety, because my brain couldn't be anxious and happy at the same time.
Exactly. It's not possible.
Right. So I woke up, I was like, I was just bouncing off the wall. I was looking at our results, man. Our numbers are through the roof, like I was telling you yesterday. And so the sleep, the energy just puts me in a great spirit today, brother. True story.
It's almost like, what information do we let our brain grab a hold of first? It makes such a big difference.
I know. It is. Oh my God, is it ever? It's so, that's why I wanted to share it, because I know it's so maybe ridiculous to some people hearing it, but it's true. And I'm only bringing it up because I created awareness about it. Right. And if you don't create awareness about it, you're not gonna recognize, you're not gonna move forward. So I created that awareness. I'm like, oh, I know I am feeling the way I'm feeling right now. It's because I had good sleep last night. So Johnny, we got a guest on the show today. We got a guy who's been in the room when Taylor Swift's ticket drop sales broke the internet, and when sneaker releases turned into digital riots, and when $1 million launches became $1 million disasters. The guy's name is Michael Dodsworth, the man who built the antidote to launch day chaos for brands. So fair warning, after the conversation, you might never look at sold out notifications the same way again. We got Dodsworth joining us here at the bottom of the hour. And then Johnny, we're going to dig into our big topic here in the deep dive today. And it's something we do, we've leaned into, and I'll tell you something right now, actually, YouTube's loving it too. The content where we lean into this performs exceptionally well. We're owning the idea. We're owning the concept. We're owning the snooze button. The snooze button is killing humans' dreams, right? Jocko Willnick's been talking about it. You and I talk about it all the time. So we're going to spend a few minutes again, maybe lean into some of your tactics about capturing that powerful truth that repeatedly hitting the snooze, it doesn't delay your morning. It actually kills your dreams.
I got some good stuff to say about this. This will be a good conversation.
Good. So we're going to get into that in the show as well here today. And then Johnny, in your lifetime growing up, did you ever drop the word "dude" often? Is it a word as part of your dictionary? Your vocabulary?
When that word hit the streets, so to speak, I think everybody used it.
Yeah.
Even like right now, I don't know where I got it, but lately I'll use it in this, like, in a certain tone. I'd say what's up, dude. I don't say what's up, dude. I'll use brother. That's the one I use. That's more of an endearing term,
Yes. Yes.
But it's like, you'll have to point it out, but it's like, I'm saying it like what? Like, dude. Yeah. That's where I'm finding myself using. I don't know. Somebody, when you hear something that just sounds slick.
Yes.
Fuck, I like that, but it wasn't even a conscious decision for me to start doing it. I just kind of started doing it.
Well, I'll tell you, have you ever wondered how a word that once mocked overdressed trust fund kids became every guy's like go-to greeting? Today, we're going to get into unpacking the 140-year journey. Yesterday, Johnny, we unpacked blowjob and BJs. Today, I want to dig into dude and what twists reveal about identity, confidence, and modern men's conversations. I know a word that's kind of slipped into the vocabulary. Women and men are using it, Johnny. Bro. Does your daughter say bro to you?
No, are you kidding me? Oh. Jesus Christ. I can think of my oldest, she uses that, but she uses it almost like what's up? Like what like even like with her boy. Like if he throws something at the window, bro.
Yeah.
Whoa, kind of like that. But it's like she would use it almost like, stop, not like in addressing somebody in
an endearing way. Yeah, not in an endearing way. Yes. And then you ever notice how one quick, and maybe not so much you, maybe some folks in your circles, or maybe clients that have reached out to you and said, man, I just did a quick bend and twisted my back, or I grabbed the hockey bag and it
happened yesterday.
There you go.
Literally.
Right? Good.
And we got it fixed literally yesterday also.
Brilliant, because today I want to unpack and expose the sneaky everyday habits that, spine surgeons and folks like yourself.
Yeah, I got a lot of good shit to say about this one too. Come on, man.
And how to fix it after. Like, what happened? Like, oh, fuck, I tweaked my back. Right.
It's so much easier than people think. It's because people are running the wrong way. As soon as they understand they're going the wrong direction, this whole thing solves itself.
Yeah, there you go. Looking into the comments, I see you, batshit crazy. Good morning. I see you there in the comments. Thanks for joining us this morning. We've, of course, got Melissa in the comments as well. We got Jimmy in there. We got B-Drive with Shake and Bernard. I'm going to finish a little ad for you I made today. Hey, speaking of ads, guys, Matt and I were doing some business work yesterday. Any of you guys in the community looking for some quick and dirty ad packs? We got the Keith and Matt ad pack. 10 little ads, $1,000. We'll make them for you. Give us your logo. Give us some contents about your brand, and we'll create some quick ads for you that you can see that I'm making here in the lab here. So Keith and Maddie are.
You call it the ad pack. I like it, brother.
Yeah. The quick and dirty ad pack. Yeah, it's $1,000, 10 clips. And you're seeing. Did you see the one I dropped yesterday? You jumping out of the airplane?
I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Get moving and join me and Keith for Mornings in the Lab live on YouTube.
John, will you play with me?
True fucking story.
Good morning, everybody, on the biggest morning show on the planet. Johnny jumping out of an airplane with Goofy Keith.
Chemo John.
Dude, you look fucking good in that picture. Never mind Chemo John. You look
You
like...
see this? Do you see that? Does that show up anywhere in the fucking in my character? No.
I'm working on tweaking the arm prompt.
The whole fucking thing, man. It looks like the head is fine.
Dude,
and then it just goes on to this sucked up creature.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it getting better.
Just tell chat, just say, look, the creature that you have created for AI John is clearly on chemotherapy. Take him off chemotherapy. Let him go back to where he was before he got cancer.
I will tell you something which I'm finding quite humorous, and I'm going to say that I am going to lean in it more than ever. It's clear the world is shifting again, and I'm actually enjoying it, especially in the world of advertising and marketing. And if anybody has paid attention to that last clip of that commercial that I threw out there, and if anybody knows me or knows just the humor that I have, you can kind of read between the lines at how ridiculous that last clip is and how society is back to where I kind of grew up with, right? And a few things that kind of lean into that, Johnny. And we're going to get into the news here in a second, but I'll start it off. Huge news yesterday. Did you ever think in your lifetime, especially from where your career as a wrestler guy, bodybuilder guy, strongman, that Disney and WWE would be in the same ring together? They are.
I'm going to say because, the wrestling went through eras, right?
Yes.
And so now they're basically, it used to be they didn't cater towards the kids.
Yes.
Now they know that if the kids want to go, the parents will go. It used to be they were literally creating characters to attract the dudes.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you, huge news yesterday. ESPN and Disney are now partners. So ESPN is now a partner in the NFL Network. NFL is a partner. So it's a ESPN and Disney. They're all basically together. The point I'm making is that no different than the Attitude Era of wrestling and some of the growth of WWE, it's happening again. Like WrestleMania and all the big WWE events next year, Johnny, are going to be on ESPN. Just think about that.
Shit.
That's huge. That's culturally huge is my point. Culturally huge.
Well, I think that Raw has the record for the most years run consecutively over a certain amount of episodes. I don't think there's any other program ever that has been as consistent as Raw.
But there you go. And so it just tells you how, and I'm pleased as an advertiser, as a marketer, because if you look at that last clip, there's a fucking ridiculous elephant, and there's these flying nuns and these little people with dunce hats on, and then a girl in a bikini pops up on the elephant later, and I'm like, yeah, because you know what? Good. It's just because everybody just takes themselves too seriously, and you got to check the boxes. No, I'm not checking the boxes. I'm going to make some ridiculous content for all you guys here. So, anyways, you guys want to join the conversation? You can join it live with us right now, or in the Mornings in the Lab community. Again, you guys can join the show 431-300-3005, or see you guys in the comments. We got Holroyd down there, we got Bernard down there, we got Melissa down there, we got a bunch of folks in the comments keeping the comments happening here this morning on the show. John, let's get into some of the news that's happening today. So, dude, yesterday there was another WNBA game, the third WNBA game interrupted by a sex toy. Yeah, dildos getting
like somebody thrown on the court.
Yeah, so the WNBA just had its third game interrupted by flying bright green sex toy landing near Indiana Fever guard Sophie Cunningham. Forget balls bouncing out of bounds. Now it's a whole different kind of equipment violation. It's the third incident in 8 days, a streak that nobody asked for. And these people are just throwing dildos onto the court. And there's a ridiculous video there of these security guys trying to stop folks from sending and throwing out.
Did they figure out who did it?
Yeah, they've been catching. Yeah, look, there's a video there of the security guy.
You've got it sitting there ready to throw.
Yeah, unbelievable, right? Like just telling you, man. Just back to my comment earlier. There's world's in a funny place, man. Let's take
caught him before he threw it.
So that one he did, but the other guy definitely did not get caught, and because somebody got hit with the dildo on the floor on basketball court. So good times.
God, it's so bad.
Let's just take a dildo.
What is wrong with people?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's exactly what Melissa said this morning as well. She's like, "Welcome to the human race," which I thought was somewhat funny. But
I mean, you think about it, God, if that's what someone's doing to entertain themselves, what is missing in their life?
It's right.
Think about all of the elements that are missing. Like, I think to myself, God damn, to go through all the trouble to do that.
Yeah.
Think of all the other things that I wouldn't be doing.
Yes.
It's unbelievable.
Well, it's funny you said that, right? Because I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday. I was like, well, if you put your 3 minutes over there, you don't have 3 minutes over here. And they looked at me like, oh, yeah. Right. So to your point, if you're spending 5 minutes grabbing the dildo to take the dildo to the game, to throw it on the court to be an idiot, like that 5 minutes you can put towards a productive activity, right?
Well, and even that's the physical. What about the part of he had to mentally plan how this is all going to go down?
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Here's something again, back to culture of society of the world right now. Again, so this stuff nerds me out. I'm curious of where your head goes with this stuff. But NASA has accelerated plans, Johnny, to put a nuclear reactor on the moon. There's essentially a new space race happening now, right? Where America, China, and Russia are trying to get themselves to Mars or to the moon. But right now
Elon's going to beat everybody.
Yeah, I think you're right. But NASA wants to look at the nuclear.
Like this dude, I mean, the government's been sending rockets to the moon forever. Elon comes in a couple of years, figures out how to land a rocket, send it and land it all in a couple of years. Like, holy shit.
And catching them. Like, I don't know how one could ever bet against that guy. Like, honest to God.
Well, can you imagine you're the government or the people behind the government thinking this motherfucker has got the fucking brain to turn us all on our heads. We better play nice.
Yeah. Yes. Global coming in. Sophie Cunningham makes very sexy short videos. Yes. Well, and that's part of it, Global, is that because Cunningham makes that kind of content, there maybe is some suggestions that because she's doing that, there's the thing, because she makes sexy videos on the internet, if you want to put air quotes around sexy, it's that now people feel like they need to throw dildos at her, which is somewhat ridiculous.
You know, it's just the whole thing just blows me away.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Hey, what do ice baths at 3 degrees Celsius, crypto chambers and minus 165 degrees Celsius and red light cocoons have in common? Well, brother, they are all part of the billionaire's race to outsmart the clock, right? It's there is the rise of the longevity industry. You're seeing it. We talk about it on the show. We talk about peptides. There's guys talking about ice baths and
so many ways to father time for sure. You know, the crazy thing is, you know, like anti-aging.
Yeah.
I think people that I had a client just the other day. We were working on his protocol for that. He's like, and so just the title, anti-aging, right?
Yes.
So we gave him the first, you know, said, okay, get this, and we had him do some C60 and some methyl blue. And so he took.
And these are peptides, right, Johnny?
I don't know if they would be considered peptides or not.
Okay.
They're just basically different agents they're like heavy antioxidants.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I don't think so, because they're out of a dropper, and peptides for the most part, you know, they don't live through the stomach, you know. Anyway, so he says to me, he says, I don't feel anything. I said, okay, well, let's backtrack. Let's define anti-aging. Anti-aging would mean slowing down the clock, meaning you're not supposed to take an anti-aging agent and go, holy shit, I feel this. You know what I mean? It's like it's supposed to like slow down. I mean, granted, there are some things in the process you would feel, but it's just the idea that people think they're going to anti-age and they're all of a sudden going to like, boom, well, I should feel this. It's like, yeah, I mean, slowing down father time is it's like a fucking freight train. You're just that train's still going to get to the destination. You just try to slow the motherfucker down. Does that make sense?
Well, and it absolutely does. And I guess I'm the first person to say that it's that's to me where that to me is where it gets nervous around the snake oil stuff, right? Because you're, and I'm not trying to dismiss any of it. I'm just it gets people expecting an immediate result right this second. It doesn't work that way. Like it's just you start taking something.
Exactly it. That's exactly. I said, look, if we were doing a different project, we could give you something and you would feel it like in 10 minutes. But yes. We're not. This is not a burn body fat scenario. This is slow down the freight train scenario. So it's just people's idea of it's kind of crazy.
It absolutely is.
But there's so much this anti-aging thing is getting massive. And I think, from my experience, the first place you got to go is you got to go to the cell, because that's the foundation. If you can take that cell and you can make that cell more resilient, function better, right? Because as our cells get older, right? Well, actually, even better way, every 7 years, we're like a snake. We're shedding our shit every 7 years.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if we're able to keep those cells operating at a higher level, because that last chunk of the 7 years, they're running slow. They're out of gas. So if you can keep those things running strong the whole time, it's a different existence.
Yeah. I believe that. I absolutely believe that. Well, we were talking, was it yesterday, Johnny? The day before? What is there not a specific, because we're talking peptides here often on the show. There is a specific I'm gonna misspeak it, so I'm not even gonna go there. Anyways, we're gonna keep talking peptides on the show on how it relates to longevity and so forth. But here's the thing, brother. We can talk details, but like you always like to say, I like to keep things simple and keep things simple as shit. And we've talked to two people, not talked to. We've talked about somebody who's lived a very successful, wealthy life, and we had somebody on the show a couple days ago who maybe have done the same thing. One of them, Warren Buffett. Let's not talk about how he eats. The second guy, David Meltzer.
Sleep, baby.
Their common denominators was sleep. Right?
There's nothing that you're going to take or do that's going to replace that.
Yeah,
it's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
And it's like we're given so many distractions.
Yes,
it's almost guaranteed that if you don't be intentional about your sleep, you're not going to sleep well. If you're not sleeping well,
oh man,
and if you're not, think about this, bro. If you're not sleeping well, you're eating the food that's in general on the market.
Yes,
you're not exercising. You're just like a fucking walking zombie.
Yes,
that creature is very easy to control.
I'm going to say to you that I know this. Maybe this is not an aha moment for you, but it was for me. True story. When Meltzer said that. He's like, yeah, I have 12 hours of my day that are non-negotiable. I was like, oh, because when you create that intention, and you're the same way, you're like, my bedtime is this and this and this. And I'd say I'm about 90 some odd percent there, 95, 97. There's a few holes in my systems that I'm working on, right? Especially as I'm growing the business here. But man, when you put that on the table that, yeah, these 12 hours are non-negotiable. You can't take them away from me. I got to get my 8. I got to do this. I got to do this. Then you can have me. It's like, oh. Yeah, and even I found myself last night saying no to something that I would have said yes in the past. And somebody asked me to do something. I thought of you, actually. True story. I thought, no, protecting my time, because I did the math in my head, and I recognized that. Okay, this is going to take me here, taking me here. It's going to wreck my sleep, and I'm not going to have a good. And I went backwards from this morning. I was like, no.
Yeah, protecting your time. I mean, granted. Most people don't think that way because their time has not become valuable enough. And usually
because we think it's forever. We think it's forever.
Well, that's one element, but here's another one, is that most people have more time than money. So they'll waste their time to conserve their money.
Oh, dropping bombs. John Anderson this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John, getting it after it every single day. We got Michael Michael Woodsworth hanging out for us. Michael Dawsworth hanging out, waiting for us in the green room. Michael, I see you there. We're going to get you in a quick second here, my friend. He's the guy who he's been in the room when Taylor Swift's ticket sales broke the internet when sneaker releases turned into digital riots and when $1 million launches became $1 million disasters. Michael Dawsworth's going to join us here in a quick minute. Looking at the comments, Batshit, I see you there. Global yogurt commercial showed 100-year-old people to sell products. Yes, that's something like that. Good old yogurt. Good old yogurt commercials. All right, Jimmy, I see Lady Drew. I see you there in the comments as well. Lady Drew is 62 and never will be old. That is exactly it. All right, Jim, let's do the intro to Dawsworth and let's bring him into the show here this morning on Mornings in the Lab. Jimmy.
This is where I take a piss, correct?
What if the biggest product launches weren't supposed to feel like digital stampedes where only the fastest survive? Every time you've refreshed a crashed website, waited in endless queues, or watched bots snatch up what you wanted, you've experienced the broken promise of modern commerce. Meet Michael Dawsworth, the guy who built Fanfare after witnessing countless launch disasters. The most successful systems aren't built on chaos and artificial scarcity, but on understanding that sustainable growth comes from creating experiences that honor the people who show up, not just the transactions that clear. When you shift from competing for attention to earning genuine anticipation, you discover that the real breakthrough isn't in the technology. It's in remembering that behind every click is someone who chose to care about what you're building. Start treating your next launch like an invitation, not a battle.
All right, let's get it. I see you guys there in the comments. You're listening to Mornings in Live with Keith, Johnny, and friends. We're joined this morning by Michael Dawsworth, the founder and CEO of Fanfare, the platform that's turning product drops from disasters into celebrations. This is not just another tech entrepreneur with big ideas. No, baby, this is a guy who spent nearly 8 years at Salesforce building search systems that handle 4 billion records that went to optimizing, managing 4 billion events per day, then co-founded a ticketing company that got acquired by the behemoth, Live Nation. Michael has literally been behind the scenes at some of the biggest digital stampedes in history. After watching Taylor Swift's ticket sales melt down the internet and seeing devoted fans revolt over crashed sneaker drops, Michael said enough is enough, and he built Fanfare. Recently featured in Beverly Hills Magazine, his platform is helping brands like Skims and Telfar turn hype into lasting loyalty without the digital drama. Nation, let's take a moment to welcome in Michael from California, from Fanfare. What's going on, Michael Dawsworth?
Hey, good morning. It's good to be here. That's quite the intro.
Yeah, well, there you go, man. We like to set it up here for our guests on the show. What's going on, brother? How are you today?
I'm doing okay. You know, This has been an interesting journey, starting my own company. So it's been an exciting thing. It keeps me busy and out of mischief. So it's going well.
Dude, no kidding, an interesting journey, man. So if you're working with Skims, you're working with that young lady named, I think her name might be Kim.
That's right. It's, I mean, these are exciting businesses to be any part of, you know, they kind of go from 0 to 100 in no time at all. So it's kind of scary times being in companies like this, but you know,
I want to start with Salesforce with you, brother. So I'm old tech nerd. I bootstrapped, sold a social media company, but I seriously added zeros to that sale because of my diligence and my neuroticism around data. And I swear I was Salesforce client number 1 or 2 back when Bianoff was selling that thing as no software. And I remember that first logo and talk about your experiences and what you learned from those early days at Salesforce and how it worked your way. Because let's face it, Salesforce has become a behemoth in the tech industry, in many ways in the world, behind a lot of businesses. What did you learn from that, most importantly, that took you on your journey, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, the first job I had out of university was this tiny little startup in the UK. Yeah. As you can hear from the accent, like I'm not from around these parts.
Yes.
And we built this content management service that was scooped up by Salesforce.
Okay.
So I think it was the second acquisition they'd ever done.
No kidding.
And they lifted up the whole team and dropped us in San Francisco in 2007.
Okay.
So we joined Salesforce when they were reasonably small. I'm sure you were a customer.
I guarantee you I was a customer, brother. Maybe we can cross paths along the way. Yeah.
Yeah, but we could fit all of the engineering team in a fairly large room. Like it was a smallish, like growing incredibly quickly company. And when you're at a company that's going through that kind of rapid growth, you learn a lot of stuff and you learn what not to do. You learn what to do. I think seeing Mark Benioff turn the ship around multiple times was incredibly impressive. But I mean, I think going through those growth stages at a company and just seeing the team go from 3-4 people up to, I think, maybe 100 people in search when I left.
Yeah.
Like, that's an amazing journey. And you work with some amazing people, like some incredible engineering talent at Salesforce, and having to deal with all of those gnarly issues at scale.
Yeah.
I think was a really good lesson for me. And
I got a kind of a nerdy builder question for you. You strike me as a builder. You like building, don't you? Like you love the idea, so you love the idea of, because I'm in the same boat. Johnny, meet Michael. Michael, meet John.
Michael, what's up, brother?
Hey, John, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So, Michael, you strike me because you said something which really struck me, that you start with one person, you look around, there's now 5 there, you look around, there's now 10, there's 100, and you think there could have been 100 people sitting in this room. That's a remarkable feeling, taking something from that doesn't exist in your head to something of value. Isn't that really a rewarding feeling, Michael?
That's what I love.
Yeah,
I think that was one of the most important lessons at a company like Salesforce. Is like, it's just too large for me. Like, I like that feeling of being close to customers and being close to people and having them jump on a call and shout at you if it goes wrong. Like, you're so removed from the customers at a place like Salesforce. You're just kind of another cog in a wheel. Yeah. And I feel like I like building things. I like you say, getting the thing that's in my head out into the world and building it from scratch. Like, that is a really, really incredible journey that you can go on. Yeah. So I was extremely nerdy excited to have you here today because of what you do, and I'm gonna kind of fanboy over it a little bit, and I think Johnny's gonna be kind of curious as well. But Johnny, get this, man. So Michael built Fanfare after witnessing. So John, when folks go and buy tickets on Live Nation, or they want to go do a sneaker drop, and they're like, "Oh, everything's gone." Everybody's all pissed off because they don't understand how that all works with bots and resale markets, et cetera. Well, after witnessing countless launch disasters, Johnny, from Taylor Swift ticket meltdowns to bot-plagued sneaker drops, to ensuring brands can deliver fair, seamless experiences that build lasting fan loyalty rather than frustration. Like, that's your core mission, eh, Michael? You get up every single day, making sure that folks can get what they want to get. Johnny, you want to simplify it for us?
Well, I was going to say, you just described the situation and that guy that doesn't understand how it works. Yeah. That's me.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're talking about bots. You're talking about this. I'm like, whoa, okay. I'm the guy that's saying, what the fuck? Yeah. I mean, granted, I don't go and try to get sneakers, and I don't go to concerts and shit like that. But how the inner works of this, I have no idea.
Fascinating to me, man.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just pain as a consumer. This is where this came from. Yeah. So why is this still like this?
Yeah,
why are we going to? Like this? I mean, it's a hard problem to get your arms around. For one, it's like 2 million people showing up at 9 a.m. on a Monday morning, all trying to get
all these transactions are happening like right in seconds,
instantly.
Yeah, and you're creating an incentive for people to come in and scoop these things up, right? If you can sell them for 10x the price on the secondary market, like, you've now created an incentive for people to try and get those things as quickly and as many as they can. And that leads to the bot problem. That leads to people kind of working around the system and trying to find a way that they can work around the system. And now you're in a painful situation.
Real quick, but and I say this as a half joking, but I believe this myself. If you are going to fucking waste your time and go fucking stand in line for 6 hours for a 9 o'clock opening, you fucking pretty much guarantee you're going to run into a problem. It's your own fucking fault for going to stand in that line, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I mean, that happens physically, like every Black Friday. Yeah. The
I never understood that either. No, I was there's no fucking way I'm going out and all that shit, fighting for a TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and Michael, the flip side of that is this problem is, I want to reframe. I want to put my question here properly. The problem is the reason that Live Nation has become a monopoly. In many ways, would you agree with that? Because the reality is, we're going to put our hands up as the one company that's going to try to solve this problem of 100 million transactions in 1 second. And I'm oversimplifying it for the audience, but that has a lot to do with it, isn't it, Michael? Is that there's not a lot of companies out there trying to solve that problem.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
think the
point.
monopoly stops that from happening, actually.
Yes.
I think there are people like me.
Yes.
We all feel that pain, right? We would want
Yes.
to go and try and provide an alternative, right? Like seeing those fees that just magically come out of nowhere.
Yes. Yes.
Seeing like the spinner for 6 hours when you're trying to get tickets to something and then feeling like they just vanished and went somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you would want to replace that. And the company that I was at before doing fanfare was a company called Rival, and you can tell by the name, like it was a little bit on the nose, but we're trying to go out and provide an alternative to places like Ticketmaster.
Yes.
And it's just incredibly hard to get up that hill, just because you're going against someone who has 85%, 90% market share, and they can just throw people at it. They can throw money at it, and it's a difficult thing to get your arms around.
So Pearl Jam has tried, Metallica has tried, but all to no avail. Here's an oversimplified question, Michael. Even Apple, like with phone sales, why are there not like membership communities where me as a member can get? And I know there are. Is it still because ultimately? I'm just excited here. Is it because the free market at the end of the day always overrules everything? Which is, even if you have a member club and Keith and Johnny buy our 10 tickets as members, we can go out there to the free market and sell it to the people that want to give us 30 times the value. Unless that's just the end of the day, the free market wins, isn't it, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, if people go and do that, people are going to do that. I think what you can do is try and identify the real fans of the brand or real fans of the artist or whoever it is. And we've seen people attempt that, but usually it feels like you've just been gouged again.
Yeah,
if
yes.
you go out and buy an album 13 times, then you'll get access to a certain thing. Like that just feels like you're squeezing me for even more money.
Yes.
But if I can identify, like maybe you spent a ton of time, like maybe sneaker drops is not your thing, but whatever it is, you've spent time with that brand. You keep coming back over and over and over, but you just fail. Just not because of anything you did, just because you're unlucky multiple times. Yeah. Like we should bring you in. We should know that you did that. We should know that you spent time with the brand and try and move you forward in line, right? Give you exclusive access the next time, because like you're a kind of a VIP in the making for a brand like that. So I think there's things we can do to rule out people who are definitely bots who are doing the bad thing, and try and identify people who are.
So when you say bot, what do you mean? Just define bot in this scenario.
So bots are just some piece of software that you've created that you run en masse to go and work around whatever system you're working with. So if it's Ticketmaster, for example, you can write a chunk of code, and that's getting much easier to do these days.
Okay, so we're literally talking about using technology to make this situation, to get around the rules that are put in place to make it fair.
Yeah, so Johnny, I'll write some code. I'll make it easy for Michael. I'll write some code to have 10,000 digital bots show up in front of the door before you do to get those tickets. And Michael's like, why the fuck can't I get tickets? Because I got 10,000 people in front of Michael that actually aren't people. They're just 10,000 bots waiting to buy them before you do.
So when you say standing in front of the door, it's facetious.
Like the digital door, right? So the ticket sales.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. I'm still imagining the line in front of fucking Tower Records.
So Johnny, you're sitting in front of your computer right now looking to buy some tickets or a sneaker drop, and you're seeing the thing tick down from 10, 9, 8. So you're going, okay, I'm going to get it. I'm here in the queue. And you're just about to hit submit. But Keith has 10,000 bots, 1,000th of a millisecond ahead of you.
Yeah.
And something else could happen is denial of service attack, the DNS attack, which shuts down all the fucking servers. And you're like, what's happened? Well, Keith just unleashed 100,000 bots to overwhelm the front of the building, Johnny. And all of a sudden the National Guard has to show up here. I'm using some metaphors here, but it's like, holy smokes. Right. So that's the problem that Michael's trying to solve here. But Michael, I want to throw something at you. You've said that there's a science to creating anticipation. Please take a few moments to break that down for us. Like, what's the methodology behind making people genuinely excited rather than just artificially scarce?
Yeah, I mean, the first point is don't suck. Like, don't fall over, don't melt, don't collapse, right? Like, if you create anticipation, like, however you do it, if you create that anticipation, you've created a moment that people care about coming in and going to get your product. if you fail in that moment, you have just created a massive problem. People are going to be hugely frustrated. Like, it's not like you just fell down on a Tuesday afternoon. Like, you fell down during a launch.
Do you have an example of that? A real life example you could share publicly?
I can share. There's a bunch. It's like a very easy. It's like shooting fish in a barrel, finding people who've had bad drops, because it happens like almost every single time. Because people kind of cross their fingers and hope for the best, and that rarely works out. So you can see there was an artist in New York City that did a sneaker drop, and it was the first time they'd done it. They had a lot of anticipation and excitement around the drop, and then they just collapsed. Yeah. And the response was like, we're never doing this again. Like, bots came in and they melted our servers, and now we're dealing with all kinds of issues for weeks, months.
Quick question is am I just this guy who doesn't have any clue of this, or is there still a large chunk of the population that doesn't understand what's happening here? Because this is all, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but I didn't even realize this was an issue.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's probably a feeling like it's unfair, even if you don't know it's bots coming in. Like, you know something is wrong. Like, I come in at 9 a.m. on a Monday morning and there's 100,000 people ahead of me. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Where did they come from? Like, how did they get in ahead of me?
Yes.
And how did all of this stuff end up on
so
StockX?
They may not understand what happened, but they know something is not right.
Yes.
Right, something feels off, right? This process does not feel right. Like, in person, you can see people lining up. Like, you may not want to line up for 6 hours, but you can tell they're real people. Online, that's gone. That's
what I was saying a little bit ago. Now I got to retract my statement. I say, if you're going to show up and stand in line, we were talking about, we're talking about the digital version of that.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that I didn't honestly even understand that there was a digital version. That's how, I guess, unattached I am to this world. My knowledge base is so little. I thought you were literally, in the beginning of the conversation, I thought we were still talking about people standing in line.
Yeah, I mean, we're moving in that direction. The idea that, like, I don't want to stand in line for 6 hours. I don't want to be camping out overnight to go and get a thing. But I do like the idea of maybe I'm at some kind of sports event, right? Like, I'm at a venue, I'm at a conference, I'm at a concert or something like that. And I want to join in some merch drop. I want to go to an event and see some product launch because I'm a huge fan of the athlete that's competing there, right? And they're launching a product. I want everyone in that stadium to be able to, like, point their phone up to the sky, join an experience, and find out in the moment if they've won that, whatever it is, in that moment. Like, that's a cool way of, I think, launching a product that doesn't require you to spend 24 hours camping out at a store, waiting around the block for some for the doors to open on a Monday morning. So I think there are ways to do that too. That's better than just enormous lines.
It's crazy. I mean, we get on the show and I keep myself in kind of a little cocoon. I call it my own little universe. And Keith is always bringing me up to speed on what's happening out there. And dude, this is fucking news to me, man.
We definitely had examples at Ticketmaster where people would just want to jam up the system.
It's fascinating to me.
Crazy, dude.
It's such a big problem. Hey, guys, we're hanging out with Michael Dodsworth, the founder and CEO of Fanfare, a launch platform built specifically for high-pressure moments like product drops, ticket sales, and exclusive merchandise releases. Guys, I fucking guarantee you that in your life on this planet, you will have had an experience that Michael is trying to solve the problem to. Either buying a product, buying an iPhone, buying a ticket, buying something where there's been scarcity, and you're like, why can't I get that? That's the problem Michael's trying to solve. And Michael, so again, nerd guy here, we went through an era of NFT and blockchain, and while that still exists, it's kind of moved aside because we're living in an AI world, but the technology underneath that still exists. And some, even myself, were thinking back when we were talking plenty about it a couple years ago, that was going to solve the problem. But as I kept going in my head, Michael, and let's go back and forth on this, it seems to me that as long as we have a free market economy, and I'm a capitalist at the end of the day, I don't know if we ever solve this problem, because if I have this for $1 and Johnny wants me to pay $2 for it, and there's a guy, and then Bernard wants to pay me $3 for it, you're never going to solve the problem.
Yeah, how is that? Yeah,
and I think
that's totally. There's like no way to truly, unless you're out there dealing with person-to-person transactions, there's no way to catch that, is there?
No, I just don't know what happens, Michael. Like, I applaud the Pearl Jams, the Metallicas of the world, and but Michael, how do we solve it?
Yeah, this is a really interesting challenge, and you see it most often in ticketing.
Yeah,
which is kind of this contention, which is if you want to sell like a Taylor Swift ticket, and it's its market value is a couple of grand.
Yes.
Right? People are willing to pay thousands of dollars to go to this event. But you don't want to price it at $2,000 for a bunch of reasons. Like, you don't want to price it at $2,000 because you just ruled out a bunch of your real fans. Like, they can't actually go to your events if you price them out of the market.
But hold on. Okay, let's go here. But maybe it is $2,000, Michael. Like, so let's pretend Taylor's like, well, no, actually the market is, there are enough people that are going to pay $2,000. Like, do we need to have an artist that actually makes that decision, Michael, to say, no, we're going to go and fuck the free market because I'm making this I'm trying to close the gap with the real price.
I mean, people have tried.
Yeah.
You saw, I think Bruce Springsteen did a dynamically priced event, and the backlash was pretty severe.
Well, look at the airlines right now. You're probably seeing the news. Airlines are using AI dynamic pricing right now over the last couple of weeks, and people are like, oh, what the hell? The price was $300 a minute ago. Now it's $550 because of this dynamic pricing that's happening, right?
Yeah, I think it feels like Econ 101 that you would try and find the balanced market price for these tickets.
Yes.
And you would sell them at that price. But then there's also the feeling that if you want to keep people loyal to you, if you want to build fandom around a particular thing, around an artist, for example, like, you want to create some feeling like you're part of a special club if you get in.
Yes.
And like, if you just price people out of the market and you find that right balancing point so that only enough people come into the experience, like, you've missed out on building fandom with a whole group of people.
Right.
And you've caused them to,
right.
No matter which way the pendulum goes, it's kind of fucks things up.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see that with brands too. Like, if you try and get like a Birkin bag, for example.
Yeah.
Like a 4 or 5 year waiting list for these things.
Yes.
Could they produce more? For sure. Could they keep ramping up the price until people just stop? For sure. Like, they're not doing that because they want to create this feeling of scarcity.
Yes.
Right? They want to create some mystique and intrigue around the brand, and they still want people to come in and build up that wait list. Like, it's really, I mean, it's an amazing model if you can get it.
Yeah.
Because it means you can just kind of dial up production whenever you feel like.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Hey, Michael, I want to be, so as you can tell, I'm nerding out with you here. And I want to be respectful of your totally, dude. And I think I've hijacked.
Dude, I can feel he's excited, dude. I can tell there's something deep. You scratched something deep inside this motherfucker.
It's a good thing.
No, I'm ambidextrous. But I want to be respectful of your time. I know I had you here for 30. Can I get an extra few, or do you got a hard stop, brother?
No, I don't have a hard stop. Go for it.
Oh, awesome. Okay, great. Oh, this is awesome. Hey, Todd Rod, I see your comments there. I do not have the rash. I got rid of it. So, Todd Rod, I thank you for those comments there in the Mornings in the Lab community. Hey, we're hanging out with Michael Dodsworth this morning. The guy is solving big problems for all of us, frankly. Hey, take us into the room when that whole Taylor Swift situation happens. So, our tickets go on sale. You're behind the scenes, and all of a sudden, you're in the war room. Take us into those moments of oh shit.
Those moments are complete chaos. Like, I've heard some people feel like maybe it's part of the process. Right? If you maybe it's a feature of the process that when you fall down, you create more feeling of scarcity. That is not true. This is from the other side of things. Just fires, people are melting down. There's all kinds of crisis things going on the other side of things. So it's pain, and it's pain that you can't easily fix in that moment, because the issue is the platform just isn't built to deal with that kind of event. Like, Ticketmaster, for example, is decades old.
Yeah.
It has all kinds of areas in there that just aren't set up, that are going to fall apart when you try and push it a little bit further than you would normally. And you don't actually know where those pain points are going to kick in, where the wheels are going to fall off. And until it happens, right? Yeah, unless you scale up and have like 4 million people show up all at once, I mean, you should simulate that stuff and you should make sure that you can scale up. But I mean, if you have a decades-old platform, fixing that problem is incredibly hard. And then we get into the monopoly problem, which is maybe there's no incentive for you to fix that problem.
Well,
because where else are you going to go?
Yes.
There is no alternative. You have to go to Ticketmaster. Even if Ticketmaster falls down, you're just going to have to wait until they come back.
You got to wait. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like if you could go somewhere else in that moment, then there's an incentive to solve that problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we see.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, because there's no rush. Where else you gonna go?
Yeah. Like, should we solve this for the next one? We should.
Well, that's why monopolies are supposed to not be legal.
Yeah, it's not a good situation. And, I think the quicker we can find an alternative and find someone who's going to...
You would think with all the technology now, there's got to be a way to build something to overcome this. My simple mind goes to, okay, you buy something, you buy a ticket that is literally tagged to you and your ID, and that's it.
So then what you're saying, Johnny, is that only you should be able to get into the venue, right? You're
basically, it's not just a ticket, it's a ticket with your ID showing that it's yours.
Well, that's why I was curious, Michael, like why, let's go back to the Swifties, right? So let's use Michael's example. I'm sorry, Johnny's example. So like, Michael, if John's a member of the Taylor Swift community and he's got his identity, his identity linked to that community membership, he pays an annual fee. Is there not an argument to be made that he should be able to get tickets? But I guess the problem, though, Johnny, is we're back to free market. He's like, because somebody out there is going to create a way to get you the ticket to get to me where it gets to my identity, and it just erases the whole problem.
But that's at least another step that they got to figure out.
I guess so. Yeah.
You'll be one step ahead of them.
Yeah. Michael?
Yeah, I mean, you should, if you're an actual fan of Taylor Swift, you should be given early access, right?
Yes.
If we can figure out that you've been listening to this artist 5-6 years, you're a real fan. You should come in early. The problem is the usual way of doing that is you give people access codes.
Yes.
Guess what? People share those access codes.
Yes.
And bad things happen, right? There's an incentive to share those because now people have early access. They can sell things for 100x the price. So bad things are almost inevitable at that point. I mean, checking people's ID for sure. Like that's going to help try and identify people. It
would slow it down for sure, but definitely not the end fucking solution.
It does. I mean, I think one of the issues is, a ticket can change hands so many times on the secondary market.
Yes.
Like I buy it and then it goes off into the world and maybe it goes through like 5-6 people's hands.
Yes.
By the time they go in there, who is supposed to actually be coming in here? Like, is it you? Is it me? Like that's I think a painful thing for them to try and identify.
John.
As a kid, I don't remember the event. I was young, but I called him Uncle Dom, but he was just a friend of my dad's. We went to an event. We didn't have tickets. We went to the event with the idea we were going to buy some in front of the event. That's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember that too. You're like lining up at the venue.
Yeah, I mean, there's people just standing outside. The dude was standing. Now that I remember, it was actually a 49ers game. And the dude was standing there in a 49ers jacket, right? And he had 3 tickets sticking up like this. He was just literally like this.
Yeah. I mean, there's also, I mean, it's something I found getting into ticketing was that tickets are actually like risk is mitigated by like the team owners by having brokers come in at the start of the season and buying up a big chunk of tickets. So maybe, this is like something that happens. So you have teams unsure, like what happens if we get to the playoffs? We make an enormous profit on the tickets that we have. Yeah. What if our team sucks during the season? Right? We're gonna lose money. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pass some of that risk off to some other person.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna pay us up front.
Yeah.
If we do well, then we lost out. But if we do badly,
it's hedging your bet. It's leveraging your money. It's hedging your space. It's like selling unused hotel rooms, wondering if they're going to sell that. Man, that's fascinating. Michael, hey, listen, let's give some audience. Let's get some tactical here for you because I probably can keep you here for hours. Our audience full of entrepreneurs and business builders who are thinking about their own product launches. Hello, Bernard. What's one specific actionable insight that you could consider sharing that would immediately improve somebody with their next drop or release? Maybe something, Michael, that they can consider implementing today that would make their customers feel more valued, perhaps less frustrated, regardless of where they're selling sneakers or software or tickets or what they're selling. As an expert in this, Michael, because you clearly are an expert, what are you saying to somebody, some free advice? How can I launch my product, Michael Dosworth?
Yeah, I mean, really be intentional about what you're doing this for, right? If you're launching a product, maybe it's because, this is the only product you have and you just want to get it out into the world. You still need to be thoughtful about, like, who are you trying to bring into this? Who do you want to be loyal fans over time? Like, how are you structuring all of this? Because, we see brands who are successful at launching products be really intentional about what they're doing. Like, if they're trying to build an audience, that's what they're going after. If they're trying to build like a viral moment that get people interested in the brand, like maybe they don't buy the product that you're selling now, but they've created mystique around the brand, like a little bit of intrigue that gets people into the product catalog and buying things in the product catalog that aren't that product. Like, be really thoughtful about that. And then don't fall over. Don't fall over. I don't know how much to stress this. Like, if you fall over during your product launch, you've lost a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of potential fans. Like, you've just kind of, poisoned the well with people. So I would say, like, make sure that, if you have something like this come up, hope for the best, plan for the worst. Always expect that bots and bad actors are going to try and come in and scoop things up, because if it goes badly, like, you're going to be dealing with this for a while. So that would be my advice for people thinking about launching products.
Dude, this just sounds so fucking stressful, right? Holy shit.
Yeah.
It can be.
I like that you've used a word that John and myself talk about often on this show, Michael, in terms of lifestyle with folks, is around this idea of intention. And I think it's a scary word for a lot of people, because when you're intentional, you probably need to, if you're going to be intentional, you got to follow through with it. Right? Or else why even do it? So I love that you're talking very much about be intentional, perhaps even obsessive with your launch, right, Michael? Like, ensure those I's are dotted and ensure those T's are crossed. And I'm going to make an assumption here. Expect the worst. No?
Yeah, always expect the worst. Just have something ready. Like, if you frustrate people, like, just be ready to try and have something to kind of ease the concern, or to try and deal in the moment with all of the issues that have just been created.
On that level too, I just going to say, I'm a big connoisseur of no plan B, right? Because if you're creating a plan B, you're not putting your effort in plan A. Not that plan A can't have a wiggle for a problem, but it's not okay. Let's not abandon this and go to this. Have that plan, have your maneuvering, but still keep all of your effort in plan A. Because I think when people think let's have a plan B, they never really commit to plan A.
Yeah.
I think, going through this, there are always those decisions that are kind of one-way doors. Like, I'm stepping through this and there's no going back.
Yeah.
For those, you have to be incredibly thoughtful. If you mess this up, long-term consequences happen. But then there are things that are two-way doors, right? If I make this commitment, it's less, there's less risk attached to it. I can always walk it back. And like, you just have to think through which one of these risks am I looking at right now? Which one of these things can I wind back and which ones can't I? And then try and make, adjustments to your plan to accommodate that. Because you can go to the nth level and try and make your plan perfect. It's never going to be perfect, right? There's always going to be little wiggles and things, but you have to know which one of those wiggles is going to cause you significant pain over time, because you don't want to mess up on those.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as perfect. Planning for perfection is ridiculous.
Yeah. Mike, are you joining us from LA today, or you're over in London?
LA.
Oh,
yeah,
fantastic.
I moved over a little while ago. Yep.
Fantastic, fantastic. Michael Dodsworth, the founder and CEO of Fanfare, a launch platform built specifically for high-pressure moments like product drops, tickets, and exclusive merchandise. We have been very, very fortunate that he spent about 40 minutes with myself and Johnny this morning with an awesome conversation. Michael, I appreciate you, man, dropping nuggets. I don't know if you got out here anything you wanted to get out here. I had to keep leaning into where we were going, and I loved what you kept throwing on the table, man. I certainly appreciate your knowledge. And where can folks connect with you, find you, learn more from you, learn about your company, learn about the products, or even engage in help? Michael Dodsworth.
I mean, head over to Fanfare.io if you have a launch coming up. It's Black Friday, Cyber Monday coming up.
Yeah.
Don't cause that frustration. Then reach out. Like, you can find me on all of the usual places, LinkedIn and so on. Like, I'm terminally on there. So please just reach out. Happy to talk through anything that you have going on and see if we can help.
Awesome.
But yeah, please reach out.
Awesome. And would you come hang out with us again sometime when there's some fun stuff going on in the world? If maybe some crazy moments are happening or some launch moments happening going sideways and it's making news, maybe we'll call you up and say, Dodsworth, what happened? We'll bring you on the show.
Yeah, so long as it's not one of mine.
As long as it's not mine, he says Michael Dodsworth. All right, well, listen, on behalf of myself and Johnny, we'll say goodbye to Michael.
Great to speak with you, brother. I mean, uncovering some shit that I didn't even know was happening out there.
Yeah, it's kind of wild once you get into the weeds on this stuff. Like, it's surprising, you know. But yeah, nice to meet you both. If
you have anybody in your world that wants to wake up with us in the morning, you come send them our way, okay, Michael?
I will.
All right, pal. You have a good one, okay?
You too. Cheers.
All right. Michael Dodsworth is out of here, guys. We're going to reset hour 2. Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John, getting after it. Sorry, Johnny, I was nerding out, man. There's some good stuff going on there. That shit fascinates me. It absolutely fascinates me because
you were getting tickled for sure.
Well, because it affects so many humans, and nobody really understands how it all works. I've taken some time to learn about it,
and I'm one of those people.
It upsets a lot of people that don't understand.
And I'm the prime example of that person. Did I lose you, brother?
Yeah. There you go. All right, guys, listen, we're back on hour 2 here at Morning Live with Keith and Johnny. Johnny, you got to sneak away for a quick break here, brother?
Yeah. Do you want me to do the lifestyle tip first, or are we pushing past that?
Yeah, let's do that. Jimmy, let's do the lifestyle tip with Johnny, and then Johnny will sneak away for a break and we'll reset here. So we'll do that, Jimmy. We'll do the lifestyle tip with John Anderson, and then we're going to get into the rest of the show with Keith and Johnny this morning. Let's do it, brother.
Perfection doesn't exist. And when you hide behind it, all you're doing is missing an opportunity. We don't live in a perfect world. We're not perfect. Perfect is basically camouflaged procrastination. What's perfect? Taking the first step. What's even more perfect than that? Taking the second step. So if you want to use the word perfect, gauge yourself on your ability to move. If you're moving forward every day, that's perfect. But if you're planning for perfection, you're procrastinating. Successful people, they realize that perfection doesn't exist, and their version of perfection is forward progress, forward momentum. Get perfect at stepping out of your comfort zone. Use perfect as a word that allows you to take action. If you need to use that word, redefine it. Because unfortunately, so many of you guys are hiding behind the perfect time, the perfect place, the perfect whatever that gets you off the hook of taking that first goddamn step. Rock and roll.
Look at me. Look at me. You nutty little son of a bitch.
It's like, it's like the opposites attract, It's like Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson, salt and pepper, you know what I mean? You got the nutty little bastard, and I guess I would be considered the opposite of the nutty little bastard.
Am I salt or am I pepper?
I don't know what you think. I think you're onion powder.
What the fuck is that? Onion powder? I think I'm a little bit of garlic.
Come and watch our show at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. You nutty little son of a bitch.
All right, Jimmy on the buttons. Good job, Jimmy. I love it. I fucking love it. You can join the show live with us right now in the Mornings in the Lab community. I see all the action happening down there, guys. To join the show with your phone, yes, we can go back to the 90s. 431-300-3005. Phone, text, or leave a voicemail. Come say hi in the comments. We are active, very active over on the vertical side of things. I see you there on the horizontal, Lady Drew. And listen, to those that are watching the show not live, I invite you to come and join the Mornings in the Lab community where we keep the conversation going all day right here on the Mornings in the Lab channel. I'm going to go down to the comments and see what's happening down there. Bernard, I see you, and I think I'm leaning into what you said. So Bernard's like, what do you think of streaming the chat GPT at 10 and discussing it live or after? Maybe questions in chat. I'm kind of into that, Bernard. So here's what we can do, brother. If we want, we can do it. We can do a sample in the third hour. Here's what I'm thinking, Bernard. Keith and Bernard are just having a chat here amongst everybody on the show. I'm thinking, Bernard, what we'll do is we'll do a part of a third hour here on the show here. We'll all take a little break, and then I'll come back after the OpenAI announcement, and we can have a conversation, and we'll stream it. We can take questions, we can talk about implications, and that might be a good way to extend that third hour here. And if Roofy's around, maybe Roofy can even join me on the show there. We could do a third hour and talk about how the implications of that. So what do you guys think? Global, Bernard, do you guys want to do that? We can absolutely do that. I'm curious, and I'm eager to have that as well. And Bernard, I see there with the NFT ideas that, of course, is only if you want to solve it. I think that the NFT is a... Oh, hold on. We got a call coming in here in the lab here. 1 second here, guys. Good morning. This is Keith. Hello. Who's this? We got Lady Drew on the line here. We got Lady Drew. I wanted to make sure it wasn't an idiot, so I thought we'd bring in Lady Drew. What's going on, Lady Drew?
Oh, I just wanted to compliment Johnny on a fantastic statement.
Oh, what did he say?
I just wanted to compliment Johnny on a fantastic statement because, you know, I've lived 62 years. I've been through a lot. And let me tell you something. All we can do is strive for perfection and always be our self up trying to be perfect because only was. I love you all.
I appreciate you, Lady Drew, and I know Johnny does as well. So that's exactly it, Lady Drew. I appreciate you calling into the show. We'll talk to you later. Have yourself a good one, okay, Lady Drew?
Thank you for the compliment, Lady Drew.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Drew. All right. Lady Drew joining the show here today, always offering value. 431-300-3005 here on Mornings in the Lab here. Johnny, let's talk a little bit about the evolution of the wild word of dude. Jimmy, I think we have a little conversation to happen here. Have you ever wondered how
can I stop you 1 second, brother?
Yeah.
That when I was finished with my lifestyle tip, the thing came up. That version of me was so bad, dude.
I know.
If you look at the two of us, there's almost no difference in our size. The only difference is I'd have fucking shorts and a tank top on. I mean, come on. You can so clearly see who's running the fucking prompts on this AI here.
We got good time in the community laughing right now because
everybody chime in. Am I correct here? Jesus Christ, that looks like, I mean, I'm getting a preview of what I'm gonna look like at fucking like 87 years old.
Johnny's Bernard Button on Mornings in the Lab. No, Bernard Button, Benjamin Button, not Bernard Button, Benjamin Button. Remember that Brad Pitt character? Do you remember that when he aged and got younger?
Which movie was it?
Benjamin Button, I think it was. But yeah, the AI likes picking on Johnny. Yes. So, okay, nation, Uncle Keith's going to do a better job of creating Hulk Johnny with our AI stuff along the way. And then we got Bernard. Your AI legs look like a walker.
And you see what I'm fucking talking about? Jesus Christ. You know?
Oh my God.
Go tell AI to go out and find me and readjust my physique according to what is on the internet. Because that's what it does. It goes and gathers shit off the net. Did you specifically say, don't go and look for this motherfucker? Make him look like basically an unclothed version of me?
I love you so much.
Jesus Christ. Unbelievable, dude.
Oh, I got Jimmy laughing in the comments. We got everybody rolling over laughing over here. No, here's what happens. I took your pictures, your 70 pictures, and they're all great pictures. You're handsome, dude.
It was just at my fucking head, though.
So, but what it does is I have to describe what you look like underneath the head. So maybe what you can do today is take a little more full body.
Clearly, you said he's on chemotherapy.
No, I just said big and hulking, and then so
okay.
I will.
But you got to understand, there's many definitions of this. The average person would probably be very fucking pleased with the AI John. I spent my whole fucking life creating a physique that would allow me to compete at the highest level of 3 different fucking venues. I don't know that the fucking AI really is up to speed with that.
Okay, Uncle Keith has some work to do on Uncle Johnny here with his AI character.
You watching in this and still not calling? What are you waiting for, brother? That line's open, chat. 1431-300-3005. Text it. Call it. Leave a damn voicemail if you gotta. I check every one. No excuses. You got something to say? Say it. 1-431-300-3005.
Okay,
hey, that's me in about 15 years.
That's 78-year-old Johnny right there.
Yeah, right? I'll be 78 in that picture. I can live with that one, but you got to keep me out of the fucking 80s, man. Once I'm showing up looking like I'm in my late 80s, and you've gone too far.
Oh, so good, man. Hey, I've been telling you, I've been doing my research on morning shows, and the most successful morning shows have 2 components: great chemistry with the hosts. I think we might have that, and some great community, which we have a great community here at, and we have some ridiculous behavior happening with our AI family as well, which is hitting the nerves. Hey guys, have you ever wondered how a word that once mocked overdressed trust fund kids became every guy's go-to greeting? Well, today we're going to get into a conversation about the word dude, the 140-year journey of the word dude, and what its twists reveal about identity, confidence, and modern men's conversations. Jimmy, let's run the clip here, brother.
What if the most casual word in your vocabulary started as a weapon designed to destroy someone's reputation? A single word that could make or break a man's social standing in 1880s America. Every day we use language, without understanding its power, to shape our identity and relationships. We throw around words casually, never realizing how they carry the weight of entire cultural revolutions and social transformations. Historical linguists have traced how certain words undergo complete meaning reversals through specific cultural pathways. Research shows that the most dramatic language shifts happen when marginalized communities reclaim and transform terms originally meant to exclude them. Master the hidden history behind your daily language and transform how you connect with everyone around you.
We're talking dude with Johnny and myself here on Mornings in the Lab here. Johnny, when's the last time you remember using dude?
Like I said, I have this kind of in the last probably 6 months. I've been using it in kind of like a question, like dude, you know. But in terms of like using it more like I would use brother. Oh
yeah,
gotta be a decade or 2 maybe.
Yeah, 1883, New York City. The word dude was to skewer wealthy Anglophile dandies. And then in the 1890s, it moved itself over to the Wild West, Johnny, where cowboys
it's got to do with, I think it's like a really rough and tumble cowboy, correct?
You're right, brother. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, it's exactly it. Yankee Doodle. I'm glad you said that because, and that's I kind of started hearing, you know, the old dudes, the cowboy ranchers, 1890s was birthed in the dude ranch. And in the 60s, Johnny, the mid 60s, the black communities reclaimed dude as neutral man. So cultural remixing. So the black communities in North America started to adopt the word dude as a neutral to man. And John, 70s and 80s, guess who took it over, man? The California folks, the surfers.
Yeah.
Right. Remember Pasquale and what show was that again? Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah. What was it? Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That busted that word wide open right there.
Yeah, I grew up with that one, of course. And then 98 is the Big Lebowski, where Jeff Bridges cemented the word the dude as like a pop culture archetype. And then now in the 20s, it's become really global, where dude is like a gender neutral discourse for surprise or solidarity. And as I talk this out with you, it's actually quite interesting.
That's how I'm using it, I think. That's how I'm using it.
Yeah. I find it so it's actually, now that we talked about it for the last few minutes, it's kind of fascinating, right? Where it started as one thing and these different cultures take this word and make it their own. And now it's just kind of this dude thing. But you're right. Remember when Fast Times at Ridgemont High came out, that one scene with Sean Penn? Like, that was iconic, wasn't it? Dude, right?
Yeah, I mean, Terry and I will actually, it's kind of funny. Following origins of words is kind of fun. You know, like,
yes, I agree.
Like doozy, right? The word doozy, that's a doozy.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
A doozy was a fucking car way back when. It was just a very,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was actually Jay Leno. I heard him explain it. He said, let's talk about the word doozy. Where did that come from? Because he's a big car guy.
Yeah.
I guess there was a certain type of car that was very uncommon. So, that's a doozy. Like, holy shit, like that's a Lamborghini, right? So then it became like, that's a doozy. Like, that's amazing.
Yes. Well,
crazy how this shit all fits together, you know?
I think it's one of the reasons why I enjoy conversing with you, because you enjoy linguistics, you enjoy speaking, you enjoy oratory, you enjoy communicating, right? So these word ideas are fun to me. It's like wordplay, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you heard me a couple of days ago when we were joking with Marty about knocking the knickers or the drawers, right? And you pulled out drawers, right? So I dropped out knickers, and Marty's like, "What the fuck is that?" And you're like, "You would have heard of drawers," right? And again, the archetype of a word along the way, Johnny, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. So listen, now let's get a couple minutes in this. I want to be respectful of your time here as well.
Weren't knickers, sorry, weren't knickers actually the pants that had that bunched up just below the knees?
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Like almost like today you call them like a crop pant, like a crop.
Yeah.
Right. So
all right, the saying I remember was don't fill your knickers, like don't shit your pants.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's exactly it. All right. So listen, I want to be respectful of time here and get into a couple things here. So I'm going to put on the table for you. You want to talk snooze button, or do you want to talk habits men need to break for a pain-free back, and some ways we can help guys who are maybe twisting and hurting their backs along the way? Snoozing or back stuff? Let's get into no, you choose actually.
Oh, coming back to me. All right,
yeah,
let's go to back, because everybody hears us talk about snooze all the time, and it's probably becoming a little bit of deaf ears, you know.
Let's do it. All right, Jimmy, let's get into
go ahead. We got a clip we're going here. Let's do it.
Yeah. Jimmy, let's run the clip.
What if the thing that's slowly destroying your spine isn't what you think it is? What if it's not the heavy lifting or the old sports injury, but something you're doing right now as you listen to this? Every day, millions of men wake up with that familiar ache, that stiffness that wasn't there in their 20s. They blame age, blame genetics, blame everything except the real culprits that are systematically breaking down their bodies from the inside out. The world's leading spine surgeons have identified a pattern in their operating rooms, a specific set of seemingly innocent daily behaviors that create more back damage than any single traumatic event. These habits compound over time, creating a perfect storm of chronic pain. But here's what they've also discovered. Small, strategic changes to how you move through your day can reverse years of damage and prevent decades of pain. Your spine is listening.
All right, guys, we're talking spine, we're talking bad back, we're talking hurting our backs, and and maybe give you guys some things to help you get out of it. Johnny, let's talk about how a bad back starts and what we can do to get rid of it. You said you experienced something yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think first off, I think people got to realize is that the bad backs come from the getting weak. If you have a strong back, you don't hurt it, or very rarely. So if your back is weak, think of the muscles in your back as like protective mechanisms. You know, when you bend and you put yourself in a punny position, those muscles are strong. It will hold the spine and the nerves in the place where they were designed to be. If the back is weak, you bend over, something shifts, bam, there it pinches that nerve. Now you're stuck. Mm-hmm. So usually it happens to someone that they don't, not giving their lower back attention enough to keep it strong. They bend over to pick up a pencil. Boom, they get that shocking nerve feeling. And then what they do is they avoid doing anything to their back. So they're taking a weak back and make it even more weaker because they're avoiding doing anything that involves their back, right? So what you really need to be doing is leaning into the fact that, okay, your back, you got to, of course, wait for the whole thing to get a little better. Don't want to start digging out right away. But as your back gets stronger, you won't have those problems. For example, yesterday, a client of mine was, of course, a lot of times they get a little fired up. They're making progress and they try to go too heavy.
Yeah.
He was doing a bent over row, went too heavy, tweaked his back. So I asked him, okay, where is it? He explained where it was, his lower back. Just usually the lumbar is where the problems are. So I had him get on the ground, and this is like this, and this was just a test. Had him get on the ground, do it. It did a Superman. I said, this should feel good and bad at the same time. If it feels good and bad at the same time, then we know that we can fix this quite quickly. The reason it feels good and bad at the same time is because bad because you're aggravating what's wrong, but good because the muscles, when you do that Superman, the muscles are actually, it's like you're using your muscles as a chiropractor. It's pushing what's out of place back in place. And so he said he recognized that it was a good and bad pain. So I said, okay, don't mess with it till tonight. Do it again. And ultimately, he says he can literally feel his back pain getting better. So what's the remedy? We're going to have him do 3 30 to 45 second Supermans every day, which all that's going to do is condition those muscles that were weak to be strong enough to hold him in position without having something shift, which pinches the nerve. So the lower back pain in general, I would say if people spent 3 minutes a day doing Supermans. And Supermans, you lay on your stomach.
Thank you for that.
Arms out straight. All you're going to do is clench your butt cheeks, which is really what's going to do is the only thing that's going to be left on the ground is your pelvic area, your lower abs, and your upper thigh.
Yeah.
That whole, you'll feel this.
It should actually be a bow. Like if you're doing it properly, it should actually be a bow where your arms are up and your legs are up, and just like your belly, Johnny, is biscuit touching, right? In a way, right?
Yep. And so then what you're doing is you're taking all those muscles, you're contracting them, which actually will pull whatever's out of place back in place. And if you don't have anything out of place, it's strengthening those muscles to keep things in place. And this literally, I can't tell you how many people had like chronic back issues, and we fixed it just from this. It's like brushing your teeth. You got to do it every day.
What advice would you give to somebody who's going through their normal day and is lifting a hockey bag or lifting something up in the house or moving through their day, and I'll use the word, they tweak something? Is it creating more awareness so they don't tweak it the next time? Is it, you know what I'm getting at, where it's like, I just did something, or because I don't know if it's so much as you're not strong, because that perhaps is the reason for it. But what kind of advice would you give to somebody who's like, fuck, Johnny, I just tweaked something today. What should I do? If
you're a guy that tweaks your back doing just kind of semi-normal shit, your back is weak, which means this is what you need to do. Think of it like and habit stack of brushing your teeth. Brush your teeth, get on the ground, do your Supermans, and literally, I can think of countless people that have gone from having like they just lived with back issues. They're gone.
Well, and can I ask you this too? Because I think this is something that I don't think many people pay attention to or talk enough about. But talk about the linkage of tight hamstrings on affecting your back as well. So, folks that have tight hams and don't connect the two dots, that if you're not touching your toes, if you're not loosening up your lower hamstrings, you're going to have some issues with your lower lumbar as well.
Well, that can play a part in it, but a tight hamstring means it's going to pull, because they're all connected. It's going to pull on the lower back. If the back wasn't fucking weak, those hamstrings wouldn't make a goddamn bit of difference.
Gotcha.
Because if your back is stronger than your hamstrings, you would pull your hamstring, not your back.
Yes.
So many people say, oh, my hamstrings are tight, I need to loosen my hamstrings. That's great. That's a small piece of the equation. The root of the problem is your back is weak.
Yes.
So you can't, you hear people tell you got to loosen up your hamstrings. That's definitely part of the equation, but it's not fixing the problem. The problem is your back is weak. Stretching your hamstrings does not strengthen your back.
Johnny, Bernard, a quick question here for stenosis. It's a common thing with humans age. Any advice for stenosis inside the spine?
I'm having a brain fart right now. What stenosis is?
It's when it starts to limit your mobility with your spine.
Oh yeah, okay. God, too much activity yesterday. The brain's half a step behind.
Yeah.
Well, I think when it comes down to it, the spine is designed to stay in a certain position. And if you strengthen, like you talked about that bow, that we're supposed to, if you look at a person with a back that's strong, you see that bow all the time.
Yes.
So when you train those muscles, which are their long, called erectors, they run from the back of your neck all the way down to your sacrum. When you train those muscles and it puts your back into the right position in that I call it called a power curve, then your spine is going to be ultimately protected by those muscles, and that's really what it comes down to. A lot of times, again, people that have conditions with certain areas, they don't give the condition the attention. Like, for example, for me, thoracic twist is something that if I'm not on top of, I get so fucking stiff so quick. It's unbelievable.
Yes. Yeah,
that's why I wipe my ass with both hands.
Yes.
I'll do one of the switch, because if I wipe my ass with one hand too long, I won't be able to do it on the other side. That's how quickly it gets tight.
Yeah, yeah. I love that you constantly lean into Superman's, because I think that's one of the most powerful stretches most folks don't pay attention to. And
it's really, I don't think of it as a stretch. Think of it as a back conditioner, a back strengthening exercise.
Wrong choice of words. No, I know, because I love doing it too. I do it as much. Like, there's a couple movements that I always do, Johnny. I do the Superman. Obviously, I do touch my toes. I have a balance board. I've created some video. I have a balance board that I spend time on balancing too. Like, I focus on balancing, right, for my core strength, right? And these simple things, man, 5 minutes here, 3 minutes there. They're game changers, man. They're actual game changers.
Yeah, it's this thing we're talking about with the back is not about putting a whole bunch of work in one circumstance. Talking about 3 minutes a day. Yes. Yeah.
Although I will say this, and I suspect you agree with me, because I did them on Tuesday. I hope every man in this community and every man we keep building this community with squats for the rest of your life. Squatting, man, is the ultimate metaphor for life.
Even if it's not with a bar.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yes. Yep. Because as long as you're shitting, you're squatting. So get under it. But I'll tell you, brother, if you can get under the bar, do it. As you're 60, as you're 70, as you're 80, like, do it. And don't worry.
You know, and people say, oh, my shoulders are too tight. I can't. Well, it's because you don't fucking do it. Of course they're tight. Jesus Christ.
Yes, exactly.
You got to spend the time to open that shit up.
Yes, that's exactly.
I mean, if I don't squat, my shoulders get unbelievably tight, because when I'm squatting, they're being stretched and stretched in a way they would never be stretched without me squatting.
At the end of the day, I just love what the squat does for me, for the metaphor of life. Because when I'm under that bar with weight on it or no weight, and I go down, I really have one of three choices. I can fucking bust my ass to get up. I can bail. Or I can, actually, two. I can bust my ass or I can bail, right? And it's like life, right? So you either choose to get up, and it might be ugly getting up, but you choose to get up, or you can bail on it and try again. That's why I love the metaphor of the squat, because there's nothing more natural and honest than putting a bunch of weight on your shoulders. And it's like you're carrying your kids around or carrying life around. You go, okay.
Well, and that metaphor is great, because the pressure's on until you put it away.
Yeah,
you can stand at the top and you can breathe, but it's still chipping away at you.
No different than you getting outside of the squat rack with, you said 700 pounds out of the rack there without any braces. And you're like, okay, I'm down here. I got one of two choices with this one. Right. And that's all right here, brother. All fucking right here.
Well, it's like, I'm going to crash. Yeah. So I might as well see how many I could get before I fucking go down.
But again, that's all here. Yeah. Yes, you're strong, but that's all here. Because when you're down there,
that is the pursuit of guaranteed failure inside of 90 seconds.
I fucking love that. I got all excited. I love that. All right, what are you doing, man? You're getting out of here. What are you doing today?
Literally going to be pushing off. We're going to the youngest daughter. We're going to move her into a new apartment.
Nice. Does she live close? A couple hours away or what?
Yeah, she lives about 90 minutes away.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well, listen, drive safe. Send some love to Tara. Have a good one. A lot of fun show today. We had a good guest, and we got a bunch of action here in the community. Hey, it's a big world in the AI world. I know I'm your assistant, your news guy. So Today might
I
be
heard you talking about it when I was getting in.
Today might be a day like an iPhone day. I'm using the word might. Remember when the iPhone changed the world? And it did because it was like an iPhone. Oh, okay. I see the world's now changed because the iPhone's out. With GPT-5, there are some speculating that it might be an iPhone moment kind of day here today. So we'll see. Talk about it tomorrow. Yeah, talk about it today.
That's it, baby. That's
All
it.
right,
We'll have a good loop, my brother.
Thanks,
I'll
brother.
see you in the AM.
You betcha. All right, Johnny's out of here, Jimmy. Let's get him out of here. Let's get him out of here. Let's get him out of here. And we are going to reset here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Johnny. And all of our friends, we get after it every single day. Yes, we do, baby. 8 o'clock Eastern time right here on YouTube, LinkedIn, and X, Substack. Guys, come find us on X. Mornings in Lab. We just, true story, we set it up yesterday. So we got the Mornings account. We were running it on my Keith Bills account there for a while, but we got the Mornings account set up on X. So I invite you guys. Guys, I see your comments there. I'm going to come and get you guys in the comments in a quick second here. So, come find us on X, Mornings in Lab. Mornings in Lab on X. Of course, we continue to add value into the Mornings in the Lab community here on YouTube. And guys, if you're not members of the community, I invite you to be there. I drop some really cool stuff around the success happening with the show. So if you are a member of the Mornings Lab community, you will see. Oh yeah, you'll see what I put up there. Put some stuff up there just for you guys. And why? Because I want to because this is ours. And I want to be transparent in what we're building. So I feel like if I can share our success, if I can share the happiness behind the scenes, maybe you guys are happy as well. So I got up this morning, looked at some of the numbers, and like Johnny, I don't like to get too caught up in the numbers. I think the numbers can distract you. However, the numbers keep us in the right direction. They keep us in a direction, right? So, and the number, you guys we're all showing up, and the numbers are, there's magic happening here. So I'd invite you, please become a member in the Mornings in Lab community to get a sense of dose of what's happening behind the scenes. All right. So I am going to, Jimmy, I am going to lean into the deep dive topic, Jimmy. The snooze button is killing your dreams before we get to Community Corner. So I'm just going to set this up, Jim. So let's, here's what we'll do, Jimmy. I'm going to get to the comments, and then I want to do the snooze button's killing your dreams. We'll talk about that one for a few minutes, and then we'll get into the Community Corner. So, Jim, I'm going to pay my attention to the comments here for a few moments here, guys, and see what everybody's saying here in the Mornings in the Lab community here on the show. So, Bernard, I'll come back up to you there. I see advice for stenosis. I think the reality is, guys, is that Johnny said, we want to be doing our Supermans as much as possible. And I'm going to say we do that over time. You're going to find some value in that experience of doing the Superman. Let's see here. My assumption is the muscle pain is making body stronger. Yeah, I would say that if you're you want to make sure the pain is in the muscle, not in the joint, as John would say. If it's in the joint, then you might not be doing something correctly, or you might be not getting the results you want. So I'd invite you to make sure that pain is coming from the muscle itself and not from the joint. If it's coming from the joint, you're probably doing the wrong thing. Bernard used to do them on the bench facing off the end, like reverse it. Yes, it's exactly it. You want to get there. You want to get that bow, guys. You want to get that bow, right? So get your body on the ground, belly on the ground, chest on the ground, lift those arms up, right? Lift those legs up and bow yourself out. Maybe I'll shoot a video for you guys. Actually, Melissa, here's a good idea. I'm just thinking out loud here. Perhaps I'll shoot a video for you guys and throw it into the Mornings in the Lab community of what a good Superman looks like. Just throw a quick little clip up there for you guys. It's one of those game changers, right? Do it 2 minutes here, 3 minutes there. Do it laying in bed or getting off the couch, but it will certainly help you for sure. All right, coming back into the comments here. What else we got here? Yeah, you guys are talking goat, eh? Or as Gold would say, groat. Yeah, now you guys are talking goat. I got to be honest, because I've been fortunate not to have experienced that yet. I know my father has. I know I've had a few friends that have had gout. I don't know if I want to have any of that experience with gout. I hear it's painful. I hear it's ridiculously painful, actually. So I don't know if I really want to go there. But I stopped Coca-Cola and 90% went away in the sciatica and leg pain. That's awesome, Bernard. I appreciate that. What else we got here? Okay, cool. Yes, corrections, gout. Yes, not grout. Thank you so much for that. Yes, and Lady Drew, I could not encourage you guys enough to get into that Superman pose. It's a really good one, and the simple things. I'm gonna suspect this, you guys. Y'all get too caught up in the details of something, so you don't do it. Like, it seems to be too complicated. No, actually, it's not complicated. Just go touch your toes, or just go do Superman. Right? These simple things that are going to help you considerably. All right, Bernard's back. Speaking of Bernard, guys, I want to share something with you. I was making some fun content yesterday, and I made something for Bernard. And Bernard, I'll have it done for you today. I'm going to get your logo onto it. But guys, I got an invitation for you. Drew, Holroyd, Global, anybody out there in the community. I'm doing some fun stuff, and I want to help my community members out. If you guys are looking to have a little ad made or something, make something fun using some of the technology of today, I'm happy to make it for you. If you guys want to be in my community and contribute to the community that Keith and Matt and Melissa and Johnny and Marty and Jimmy are building here, if you guys are in there, I want to give back. So I am going to finish off this little ad you're going to see I'm making for Bernard. And if you guys as well want something, I'd be happy to do something as well. So, and I'm happy to do it at no charge. True story. But not forever. That's another true story. Because Keith and Matt have the Keith and Matt ad pack. Yeah, 10 ads, $1,000. We'll make them for you guys. What we want is your logo. We're going to want some brand information. And truthfully, we want you to lean into the ridiculousness of the AI stuff as well. It's cheap because the results might not always be perfect. There's a reason for that. You know, Matt and I were talking about this yesterday. He's like, I get frustrated with some of the things that I don't get things right. I'm like, you know what? I love that. Because it just shows how ridiculous the world is we're moving into. And I think that if we can continue leaning into progress instead of perfection, there's value in that, right? So if you're okay with having an ad made that maybe your name's not spelt right, so maybe it says be drive instead of be driven, maybe that's okay for today. But maybe in a few years from now, it's not okay. But for today, make an ad for $100, get some stuff on your social platforms. Guys, you're not going to get this anywhere else, right? 10 ads, $1,000, the quick and dirty ad pack from Keith and Matt. You're going to get our two faces on it, all joking aside. But seriously, and if we can lean into that, I think there's going to be a lot of value. And hey, what we are doing here in the show here is more than what most are doing. So you guys will be ahead of the curve. So I'm happy to do that. But to do that, you need to be a member of the Mornings in the Lab community. Not a member? It's going to cost you fucking $5,000. There you go. Roofie, that's what I just said. Yeah. So if you want us to do a Keith and Matt ad pack that is out of the Mornings Live, it's $5,000. Fuck, it's going to be 10. Yeah, there you go. But also, all kidding aside, come see me in the community. See me in the community. Sullivan, I saw your comment as well, and we can absolutely chat about that later as well. All right, coming back over to the comments here in the middle camera. Boris, the animal, good day, man. What's up, Ryan Leakins? I love seeing you in the comments, man. Always glad to have you here on the show. What's going on, Ryan? Ryan, where are you joining us from today, man? You always show up, but I don't know where you're from. I'd love to know where you're joining us from today here on the show. Ryan Leakins. Bernard had a fishing attempt. Oh, yeah. So, guys, listen, I was talking about Gemini yesterday. Gemini is a Google product, right? So if somebody's reaching out to you from Gemini, it could be from the blockchain platform. There's a coin out there called Gemini from the Winklevoss brothers, actually. But just be aware it might be a phishing campaign. You know, Bernard might have been phished. So just to have a heads up that Gemini is a Google product. So nobody from Gemini is going to be emailing you unless it's from the blockchain side of things. Melissa, working with Keith has cured my perfectionism, guys. Yes, true story. Well, I'll tell you something about Melissa, guys. So when I met Melissa, she was not an AI human. And I said, well, I think that in order for us to work together, you might want to become an AI human because that's going to be the best. That's just going to be the future. And now she's creating all this awesome content for us. Melissa is leading the charge on the AI side of things. So, and guys, this community would not be what it is without folks like Melissa and Jimmy here. So while you see me as the face of this whole thing and Johnny as the face of this whole thing, this magic does not happen without Melissa and Jimmy behind the scenes. So much gratitude and love from me to them, and I know from you guys as well.
True fucking story.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm a 12-year-old child. I fucking love making those stupid things. You know what? Actually, I got a prediction. Oh, ears up, everybody. Uncle Keith's got a prediction here. Yep, I do. All right, here's how it works. Man, my fucking dopamine spikes go up when I put these prompts in, and it's like fishing. You guys, when you go fishing, you throw the fucking rod in, and you're waiting, and then all of a sudden bite. Oh my God, there's something on the other end, and you wonder what it is. You just like, oh, what is it? What is it? And it's like a little fucking perch. Like, really? If Maurice is listening, he's like, oh yeah, come on, Billis, really? Yeah, like a little fucking perch, right? But dudes, when I make these things, like yesterday, these circus ones, like Jimmy, that one that I just made, like that thing started out with like this one simple prompt. I'll share with you. I will share the prompt in the Mornings Lab community later today. And then it grew into this big fucking prompt where I was adding elephants and girls in bikinis and planes flying by and jumping puppets and jumping nuns and just fucking fun. But I got to tell you, I think there's going to be a problem in the future, where a lot of people have dopamine problems because they're addicted to making great AI content. It is fun making fucking cool shit. I think creators are going to have whole ADHD issues in the future. I think we're going to see some problems in the future where creators are all like just whacked out. I had to go to bed last night because, true story, guys, when this show ends, I go and do about an hour workout and get a lift in and kind of get my brain all sorted out before I go back to kind of working to build the show for the next day and build this whole business we're building. But dudes, yesterday my dopamine was on fire because I was making content left and right, and there's some fun stuff I'm excited to share. But it's like I put the prompt in and you hit submit and then you see it go 30%, 40%, and it's like, and then when it's awesome, you're like, oh, and then when it's over, you want to do it again. So I think, guys, there could be potential problems happening with folks that are addicted to making content. Yeah, because there's certainly a very addicting, I'm just saying, there certainly is a very addicting quality to making fun content that gets you going. Remember, guys, you can give us a call and say hi to myself. That's me. I'm Keith. Yeah, Keith Billis, host of Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John, getting after it every single day as part of the Mornings in the Lab live network. Guys, not only can you call the show right now, 431-300-3005, you always and also can join the guy here in the comments, Kindness Rising. You guys met Matt Roof yet? Yeah, he's my partner in this whole thing. He is on the business side of things, but also has a show. It's called Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern time. And I've seen you guys in that community there helping Matt get up and get after it. And guys, I'll say this too. The benefits of joining our live network. Here's what happens. Just calling it out. You start your own YouTube channel over there. Day one, probably nobody showing up. Day two, maybe nobody showing up. Day three, probably nobody showing up. I remember when Keith and Melissa and Jimmy started on March 11, 2024, nobody showed up except mom and dad. Yeah. I don't even know if it was them. True story. But over time, more and more people showed up. Yesterday, 1,000 people showed up. The day before, 1,000 people showed up. I think today we're probably in a pretty good direction. But Matt launches the show as part of the network, and all of a sudden, there's people showing up on Matt's show. And because Matt's creating good content, because Matt's creating great conversations, but also because there is a network in place, the network effect, true story. So if you guys want to start a channel, or if you guys want to start an online presence, or if you guys are looking to build your future, and here's the thing, I'm just going to say it. If you're building a business for the future, I don't know why you wouldn't be joining what we're doing. I really don't know why. We're going to be here 6 months from now, a year from now, 3 years from now. Just look at my history and my past. And as I said yesterday, I'm getting up anyway, so I'm going to be here. Right? So while I build my network, if you guys want to build yours, come build it with us. Speaking of, Matt and I were talking about this yesterday as well. I'm going to look to the community for this one. Maybe you guys might have some ideas, but we're looking for some title sponsors. Yes. Right? We got 10, 15,000 people a month showing up on the show, witnessing, viewing, hanging out across all of our content. So looking for a title sponsor of the show. Could be ABC Inc. presenting Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends, right? So for those of you that are interested in or know of somebody that might want to sponsor our show, hey guys, and I'm not standing here looking for handouts. No, glasses off. We're building a fucking business here. True story. Yep. So hence, we still need to generate some revenue along the way. And, up until now, we've been very focused on building the product. And as you guys can see it, obsessed with building the product. And I'm really appreciative. Global, when I see those things from you about the quality of the show and the production of the show, that hits me right in the heart, man, in a positive way. And I'm so grateful for when you say that, because I put a lot of work into how this show looks and put a lot of work into how it feels for you guys. And I joke, and I was talking with Matt about this yesterday, like folks that are just starting a podcast today with just a microphone, see ya. Like actually, because here's what folks also forget. There's a finite amount of time. So let me ask you, if you had 8 seconds to listen to a boring talking head, or you had 8 seconds to watch my ridiculous fucking circus video, you don't got 16 seconds, you only got 8. Like the bar is getting higher, guys. And that's where I think folks are missing out in the world of content. So back to our ad pack. You can make your fucking boring social media content. I'm going to go into Canva and make myself a post. Good for you. Oh yeah, good for you. Go and fucking celebrate it. What is it, 1985? No, you need an ad pack from Keith and Matt that pushes the limits. True story, right? Because it's entertaining content that works in 2025 and 2026, not the boring shit. Nah. And then listen to this. It's only getting harder. The barrier is only, so imagine 12 months from now, imagine 24 months from now. So again, if you're building a business and you're living in a world where you think you're going to be alive in 1 or 2 years from now, why you wouldn't want to join our network, why you wouldn't want to join our community, I'm not too sure. Yeah, true story. Good time. You know what? 6 seconds, brother. I got something to say. Good time. The magic and power of 6 to 8 seconds that people are not aware of. What I have learned, what I can do with 6 to 8 seconds, guys, go watch some of my content. And I'm going to make an invitation. Go watch some of my content. And then I invite you to learn what I'm doing there. Right? You'll notice 6 to 8 seconds cut. 6 to 8 seconds cut. 6 seconds cut. 6 seconds cut. And what I've noticed, guys, here's the teaching. My content views and times are longer now, right? Because if I can get good time watching me for 6 seconds, and at that 6 second, I give him a piece of content that gets him for another 6 seconds, and I got him for 12. And if I can get that 6 seconds, if I can get him to that next 6 second, I can get him for 18. True story, right? So the days of the boring, yeah, there's a sound effect for us, Jimmy. It's over, man. It's over. So again, I invite you guys. You're looking for an ad pack? Come see Keith and Matt. The Keith and Matt ad pack, $1,000, 10 clips. Yep, true story. 10 8-second clips. If you want 16-second clips or 24-second clips, we'll talk. Because I don't want to overcomplicate this. We're moving at the speed of light, looking to generate some revenue into the business, and looking to, most importantly, help you guys. Because listen, 7 days from now, if you're just sitting around not doing nothing, you're 7 days behind. Think about that. Like next Thursday, Matt, next Thursday is coming anyways, regardless if we want it or not. It's actually coming. Like next Friday is coming. September's around the corner. Just telling you. Just telling you. Looking back to the comments here, we got Maddie back in here saying, I see your test from whoever is on the new member there as well. And yes, Matt's right, man. The anticipation's a rush. When you make content, it's like fishing, or it's like picking up a girl or a guy in the bar. It's like, oh, I want to go get that one, right? Maddie, day one because the network. Thank you all who have joined. Send me feedback. We're working hard to get Maddie's content always improving, and I love what he's doing over there. Mornings in the lab is the word. We appreciate you, Global. Awesome. Okay, Jimmy. I'm purposely extending the segment because I want to get to the let's get to the deep dive. Jimmy, let's do the deep dive, and then we'll get to the community corner as we're working our way into the third hour of Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John and all of our friends on the Mornings in the Lab live network right here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Jimmy, let's do it, brother.
That button you hit every morning, it's not giving you more rest. It's a 9-minute masterclass in procrastination. It's the first broken promise you make to yourself every single day. Hitting snooze throws your body into a state of sleep inertia, a neurological grogginess that can last for hours. You're not just delaying your day, you're sabotaging your brain's ability to perform at its peak from the moment you get up. The world's most successful people don't win by accident. They win the first battle of the day, against the pillow. This week, we're issuing a challenge, the 5 a.m. wake up. It's not about losing sleep, it's about gaining a head start on your life. Your dreams are on the other side of that alarm. Let's go get them.
All right. Was charging the old Apple Watch. Had to grab it. So I want to talk snoozing with you guys. I want to talk snoozing. And I know Johnny's right. We talk about it a lot. But you know what? I'll give you guys a little secret. YouTube likes me to talk about the same thing a lot. YouTube loves, here's another secret for you guys. I'm watching our numbers. Our content that relates to snoozing, our content that relates to the morning, performs really well. Like some of the best performing content has to do with snoozing. So get fucking used to it. Nah, but seriously, the snoozing content performs very well. YouTube, again, to you guys that want to start, if you're in business, I don't know why you wouldn't start a YouTube or even Substack. I just do not know why. I don't. What I know about the world of AI and fakery and content generation, your ability to be real and connect with your audience. And as David Meltzer said, we're moving into a world of social silos, right? I don't know why you would not be setting up a live conversation. It doesn't even need to be a fucking show like I'm doing or Maddie's doing. But why you wouldn't set up a 15-minute, 30-minute daily conversation with your constituents, right? Your customers, your salespeople. Just talk about stuff in your world. Be a human. Like, fuck, man, over your coffee. I know I'm a little aggressive about it, but it just baffles me that folks look at us sometimes like, huh? Dude. Anyways. Okay, we're going to talk snoozing, guys. Yeah, I guess where I went to with that is that if you're building something, like you look at Matt's stuff on Kindness Rising, YouTube loves kindness. And I'm sorry, YouTube loves to hear the same thing. So we're keeping some of that same stuff happening here. All right, so guys, I want to talk snoozing. Sleep inertia equals a 4-hour fog. When you hit snooze, you re-enter that short, unfinished sleep cycle that creates that grogginess. That can last up to 240 minutes, crushing your daily focus and your men's motivation. Here's the reality, guys. When you hit snooze, you're snoozing on your dreams. You are. If you're sitting back there going, oh, I'm just going to take 9 more minutes, well, you're actually dreaming about what you're not achieving. Think about that for example. You're actually dreaming about what you're never going to achieve because there's some guy getting up and getting after it while you're sitting back there lazy on your ass, right? So it's hard. I know it's hard when we are tired and we're like, I just got to hit snooze. Well, ask yourself, is it really worth it? Because what's also happening is that you're just sabotaging that REM sleep, the REM cycle, that last third of the night that is REM rich. True story. That fragmented snooze sleep slices it apart, hurting your memory, learning, creativity, those core tools for audacious goals. Yeah, you heard me. Those core tools for audacious goals, right? It's just the simplest thing is just killing your dreams. Think about all the men that have missed out on life because they fucking hit the button one too many times. Think about that. Just think about that for a quick second. And the sabotage that could so easily be removed. And I know what Johnny would say. He'd be like, Jesus, fuck, man. Get up across the room and have to go hit your alarm. And move few across the room. Right? Yes, Lady Drew, I know you were late. You're making me angry. All joking aside, I appreciate you, Drew. All right, circadian rhythm chaos. When you snooze, those irregular wake-ups desynchronize your body clock, leading to chronic tiredness and weak daily accountability and bad decisions throughout the day. True. That's just true. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then time theft, guys. Average snoozers. Yeah. And I know you guys all in this community are not average or else you wouldn't be here. Because if you were average, you'd be somewhere else. True. Think about that. You'd be in the average community, not in the mornings and lab community. No. Average snoozers lose nearly 1 full night of sleep every month. Time, think about that. Time that could be used for investing in personal development or morning mental health routines. Hey, Melissa, I'm wondering if the snoozers are the ones throwing the dildos in the NBA court. Yeah, because they're laying there. That's what it is. They're laying there for 9 minutes going, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the sex shop today and I'm going to go buy a dildo so I can take it to the WNBA game and throw it at somebody's fucking head. That's it. It's the non-high performers that are throwing the dildos on the court at WNBA stars. I'm convinced of it, Melissa. So there you go. There's your breaking news, guys. I've just solved the problem. It's the snoozers. Yeah, they're the ones wrecking those games by throwing the dildos on the court. And if you missed what I'm talking about at the start of the show, we lean into some of the news here that's coming out of the world here on our new morning loop 30 minutes extended edition, where we get into topics that people are talking about. And one of the topics people are talking about in the last 12 hours, WNBA game last night. Sophie Cunningham had a green dildo thrown at her. Yeah, true story. Because people have nothing else better to do. Probably because they're snoozing. Yeah, the neuroscience around snoozing. Neuroscience 101 coming at you. As Mel Robbins notes, not Uncle Keith, Mel Robbins. As Mel Robbins notes, the brain launches a fresh 75-minute cycle every time you doze off again. Yet, you yank yourself out minutes later, guaranteeing fatigue. Here's the reality. The science is telling you this. If you hit the snooze, you're going to be tired more later. You're not actually going to be less tired. Melissa. If you guys want to know what I'm laughing at, go to the comments there. All right, so guys, here's what we're going to do. Here's the takeaway for you guys, an action step and a challenge. I think I want to throw a challenge on the table to have some fun with you guys. Single alarm, phones away, place your alarm across the room. When it rings, you must stand up. But guys, let's try this. Maybe we can get some engagement here. Who's going to be up first tomorrow in the morning in the lab community and post it up there? I don't care if it's a picture. I don't care if it's a text. I want to see what time you guys are getting up, if whether you hit. And listen, let's agree to this too. If you guys hit the snooze button, tell me, let's have some fun with it. Because you know that teasing is love. I don't care what anybody says that, you're being a bully if you're teasing. No, fuck. Because here's the other thing about Uncle Keith. The world just takes itself too seriously. It really does. I was talking about this with Matt yesterday. You know, I was Matt and I were talking. I'm like, Matty, I just think the world at the end of the day just takes itself way, way, way too seriously. Life is hard as it is. Like, life is fucking hard. Being a parent is tough. I had a chat with my kids yesterday. I had a chat with Piper actually yesterday. I was feeling pretty bad as a dad. Been really busy with this shit and haven't had a lot of time to be a dad. And I said to her, I said, I feel like a bad dad. She goes, you're not being a bad dad. You're a great dad. And it was just, yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I was going there with that one. But yeah, I was just saying that, guys, lost my train of thought. Let's get to the comments here. Good time. Why 9 minutes? Well, good time. You actually can now change the 9 minutes to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Apple updated their stuff there. So it's actually not a 9-minute snooze anymore. It's actually giving people the ability to snooze longer and waste their life longer. B Drive coming in with, I've been shutting the alarm off and sleeping another day, another hour. My phone's in a different room, so I have to get up. Good job. And then Kindness Rising says, Matt says, probably snoozing. These are very small threatened men who go through objects because they're in that insecurity about their own. Yeah, true story. True story. Well, you know what? Actually, back to our conversation about starting a live conversation. If you're in business, right, and you want to create content for your community, you're getting up with us and creating content with us on our network. You get up, you have the conversation, create the content, get to work. We do the rest of the work. Right? And guess what? It doesn't give you a reason to snooze. And guess what? If you're struggling with something in life, maybe you're struggling with an addiction. It doesn't have to be like because we all think of addiction as being a drug addiction or listen, addiction's bad as it is. The point I'm getting at is maybe you're struggling with habit choices. There's the better frame of word. Well, maybe if you know you have a morning commitment, it might help you make your evening decisions better. Maybe it helps you in some of the decisions you make. Maybe you find yourself doing a morning conversation for your constituents and your life changing. I don't know. Just thinking out loud with you guys. All right, Jim, let's get to the community corner. Oh, we got Gaming with Arush back on the show here. Welcome back. Okay, Jim. Going to bed. I'm just looking at Global's comments. All right, Jimmy, let's get to the community corner, brother. And we'll keep the show rocking and rolling before we get to Inside the Lab with Keith Billis. I realized that I didn't finish my challenge for you guys. So here's what I want to do. Here's what I want to do with you guys. So let's do it. So tomorrow morning, I want to see who's going to be up in the mornings in the lab community and post that they're up and at it. Right. So let's just have some fun there. Right. So yeah, we'll get the Jimmy up there. Jimmy. So tomorrow morning, I want to see you guys in the Mornings Lab community. It's almost like who is it? Who's last week? Was it global? Present? I want to see your check-in tomorrow morning in the community, whether you hit snooze or not. Send me a picture of yourself, your room, just a text. Maybe there's an AI image. I don't care. But I want to see some engagement. I want to throw a challenge out there, which is, did you snooze? Did you not snooze? And show me with your post. And to do that, you got to be in the Mornings in the Lab community. How do you do that? You go to our channel. You're on our channel. Subscribe. Become a member of the Mornings in the Lab community. Yep, true story. Continuing to keep putting value back there in the community. Yes, Global, you do have homework in the lab. Absolutely, you do. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Okay. Let's do this. All right. It's time for the Community Corner, where we connect LinkedIn, YouTube, and Substack in the lab on Mornings in the Lab. Today's stories are going to push you to question your approach to growth, relationships, and leadership. Baby, let's get into it. Let's start on YouTube. How regret can actually move you forward. Well, Chris Williamson's YouTube short, How to Deal with the Regret of Wasted Potential, tackles a feeling most of us try to avoid. What is it? Regret. He argues that regret isn't a failure, but a built-in feature of making real choices. Oh, I love that. I'd even add with intention. Because every decision, it shuts a door. So some regret is inevitable. Well, Chris, he flips the script. He flips the script. He does. Instead of chasing a regret-free life, ask which regrets you're willing to live with. Because regret can point us toward what really matters or pushing us to grow as if we let it. So, which regrets are you ready to accept and which would haunt you if you did nothing? Ask yourself that question. Which regrets are you ready to accept? And which would haunt you if you did nothing? Nothing at all. Love it. Great question from Chris over on YouTube on this morning's Community Corner. All right, let's turn our attention over to our next featured story in the Community Corner today over on Substack. And it is about the communication habit most people never learn. Yeah. Thad Cardine's Substack 3 Communications That Heal Relationships isn't just about avoiding conflict. It's about building real connection. Cardine breaks down 3 game changers. Say what you need, just not what you feel. Stay grounded in your values, especially under stress. And hit pause, especially when you're sure you're right. Now listen, healing happens not through perfect words. We know how perfection works. But in the daily practice of honest, value-driven, and gracious conversation. If your words could build bridges instead of walls, what habits would you need to change first? Ask yourself that. What would they be? All right. Moving over to LinkedIn. Back to LinkedIn. The day Jimmy Carter made a plane feel seen. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting one. Yeah. Wow. Blake Bozarth's viral LinkedIn post tells the story of meeting President Jimmy Carter in Coach. Yes. Carter made every passenger feel like the main character. When Bozarth greeted him, Carter flipped him. Not flipped him. Joking. He flipped the whole experience, replying, "You mean to tell me after all these years, I finally get to meet you?" Haha. Yeah, I like that. Oh, Jimmy Carter's secret? He wasn't trying to impress. He was there to connect, to make people feel really seen. So are you trying to be interesting or genuinely interested? Which one leaves a bigger legacy? And actually, I want to lean into this one for a quick second with an opinion. So when somebody limits their time with you, maybe they give you 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 20 minutes. How do you build a relationship with somebody if they're limiting their time with you? It makes you wonder if what they're really desiring is a transactional experience with you than a relationship with you. Recently, I've been greeted with folks who've been very protective of their time, and I got no problem with that. I'm one for protecting my time as much as anybody. But I've been meeting some folks who in the same breath say to me, "I want to build a relationship with you. All right. I like that. I like that. I want to build a relationship with you as well. But relationship takes time. It takes back and forth, the conversation. But if you limit that to a transactional experience where you're not curious about me as a human, or asking me questions about my kids, or asking me questions about my life or my wife. Love you, Lauren. It makes me wonder what kind of relationship we're creating. So I think there's a fine balance of that 5-minute meeting, 20-minute meeting. And listen, I am all about protecting time more than ever. But if you want to create a relationship with me to do business with me, I invite you to be curious about me personally, not just transactional. Find it fascinating. Very fascinating. Because I in my experience, as folks become quite successful in life, and I got no problem with any of it, it just starts to make me wonder what their words, how they back up the actions. Right? Because if we want to have relationships take time. But if you're not willing to put me into your time, I just don't know what kind of relationship we're going to be having. Ask yourself that. All right. So if you want your story featured on the Mornings in the Lab community corner, or if you want my opinion on something you said, follow us on Substack, LinkedIn, and over, of course, on YouTube, and tag us in that next post. And guys, listen, we are leaning fucking super hard into YouTube. Like, I mean, super hard. Why do you think I'm talking about Bernard so much? Because he's on there too. He's got a channel there. I'm happy to promote your guys' channels. I really am. I really am, because I believe that if I give to this community, you guys will give to me. So if you guys got a channel, or if you want to build a channel, come see me or Matt. We'll help you do that. Right? And you'll get a fucking head start over the people that are just wanting. Because not only are you going to succeed here, you're going to have the support along the way at it. Right? All right, Jim, let's get to the creator spotlight before we continue the show here with Inside the Lab. All right, Jim, let's start our LinkedIn, brother, for the creator spotlight.
What happens when someone spends decades questioning everything in the world of work? You get a thought leader who's just as likely to challenge the status quo as he is to build it. Behind every great shift in HR and recruiting, there's someone asking the tough questions and making us rethink the answers. He's been featured everywhere from the New York Times to Wired, advised over 25 companies, and co-founded a podcast network that touches every corner of the workplace conversation. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate William Tincup. For unfiltered takes on hiring, tech, and the future of work, he's your go-to guy.
All right. Guess what? We're doing some celebrating right now in this segment of the show. When you hear someone speak their mind and never play it safe, you know you're dealing with the real deal. Well, William Tincup just doesn't follow the conversation. This guy, he sets it. He's drinking the Kool-Aid. Yes, he's spent years building trust. Oh, hear me clearly, guys. Challenging ideas and pushing the HR industry forward. What makes him different? He questions what everyone else takes for granted. Oh, wow. I wish more people would do that. Today, we're celebrating a voice that never backs down and always keeps it honest. Today, we're celebrating William Tincup over on LinkedIn here this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Johnny, and friends getting after it. William, here's how it works, brother. I love your content big time. Love what you're putting out there. As a result, love to have you here on the show because I see that you say what others don't. Oh, yeah? Then you're just ripe for this show, brother. Love that lid. Love that toque. Love those glasses. Let's bring you into the show so we can give you the spotlight so we can celebrate somebody in your corner of the web, your corner of the community. On the next Community Corner Creator Spotlight, William Tincup. Let's get after it. Jimmy, let's go to Substack to celebrate who's next.
Ever felt like you're walking on eggshells just to avoid saying the wrong thing? There's a guy who's not just over it. He's built a whole platform for it. When mainstream radio shut him down for being too spicy, he turned rejection into fuel and started having the conversations everyone else was afraid to have. From hosting the only safe space for dangerous ideas to co-hosting Sam Harris's own podcast twice, he sat down with everyone from Joe Rogan to Stephen Fry and never shied from the hard questions. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Josh Sept. If you're ready for real talk and rambunctious conversation,
Give him a follow and see what happens when you step outside the echo chamber.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Some people run from controversy, but not Josh Sepps. No, Josh Sepps chases it. Yeah, baby. And he invites you along for the ride. Yes, he's been kicked off radio, challenged the biggest names, and still comes back swinging. Funnier and sharper every time. Sounds like he belongs here in the lab with us. Josh isn't afraid to poke at the tough stuff or laugh at the absurd. I think Josh and I are going to get along just fine with some of the AI crap that we're creating. He brings out the real unfiltered side of every guest, no matter how big their name is. I invite you to check him out for another breath of honesty in a world that's allergic to it. And it sounds like Josh Sepps is a fit for the lab. So Josh, here's how it works, brother. We'd love to have you, your content, your personality, and that great attitude of yours to Mornings in the Lab. Yes, baby, you belong here. You belong here with your voice. You belong here with everything you have to say. And I'd love to give you the creator spotlight so that you can shine onto somebody in your world for the next community corner on an upcoming creator spotlight on an upcoming Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Johnny, and friends right here at 8 o'clock Eastern time. YouTube, LinkedIn, X, and over there on Substack. All right. So there we go. There's the community corner side of things, guys. Wrong camera. Yep. Okay, so what a show here today. These shows are so good. So good. We're going to start towards wrapping up this segment of the show. We're going to move towards inside the AI lab here in a few moments. I'm just looking at my notes here to get some things cleaned up here. And then we're going to reset and we're going to get into we're already into hour 3 here. So, and then I'm going to talk to you guys about how hour 3 is going to unfold here this morning. But before we do that, you guys can join the live conversation with us right now or in the Mornings in the Lab community. You can join the show, 431-300-3005. Phone, text, leave a voicemail. Come say hi in the comments on the channel. It's active on the vertical stream right now. I see everybody there. We got Lady Drew on the horizontal side as well. Guys, we run 2 streams here on our show. We get to lean back on the couch experience, and we got the mobile experience. We got people on both sides of things, so I invite you guys to join that. And to those that are watching this show not live, you're either on the podcast side of things. Yes, this show is on demand. Actually, I'm not even going to say the word podcast. If you're watching this show on demand, I invite you to come and see us in the Mornings in the Lab community where we keep the conversation going. And I want to see your wake-up call tomorrow morning. I want to see who's first. I want to see who's there first in the Mornings in the Lab community with your wake-up call. The anti-snooze community here at Mornings in the Lab. Okay, Jim, so here's how it's going to work, brother. I'm thinking anyways. My bladder needs a break. So let's reset hour 3. I'm going to do a quick little costume change. And then we're going to continue Mornings in the Lab with Inside the AI Lab, the 3rd hour of our show here. We're going to lean into AI and what's happening in the world of AI. Got some news topics to get into, share a little of the stuff working on behind the scenes, and talk to you guys about how we're going to treat the ChatGPT announcement here today, whether we're going to stick around for it. Well, Bernard, I can't stick around for now. I got to get some shit done, but whether we're going to come back in a couple of hours. So, Jimmy, if we can run I know you got me. So, Jim, let's do it. I'm going to go for a quick little bladder, do a costume change, and we'll get after it to reset hour 3 of Mornings in the Lab. Ready, Jimmy? Let's go.
Dude, did you say $50 million? And now you're building an AI company. Thank God for AI. Oh, wait.
You heard the man? Subscribe to the channel and come join our community.
Like, why wouldn't you join the Mornings in the Lab community? I did.
Hey, did you hear what we are doing next on the Morning Loop? Yeah, man, news and current events. Finally a source I can trust.
What's shaking, nation? It's time to get up and not hit that snooze button. You don't want to be 9 minutes behind the guy who did.
$50 million later, still not famous enough. Guess I'll keep motherfucking with y'all. True story.
Jobs and carbs, never touched either. Discipline, protein, and excuses crushed daily.
Who's mumbling again? If you want me, call on a real phone.
Butter-flavored kale muffins ready.
Keith, haircut yet?
Rise and shine, family. It's too early for your positivity, puppet.
Never too early for protein. Wake up.
There you have it, the world's most dysfunctional AI family. We are the morning.
Yo! You made it. You made it to hour 3. Yes, baby, we're leaving the gym. And we're going to step into the lab. We're going to step into inside the AI lab with Keith Billis. That's me. If the first 2 hours or so are about gut checks and mindset shifts, hour 3 is all about deep data, radical experimentation, and asking the questions behind the questions. Welcome to Inside the AI Lab, where the morning show gets smarter, weirder. Uncle Keith takes his glasses off, and way more unpredictable, baby. Here's what's cooking in the breaker today. We got a bunch of content we're going to get after, and we're going to talk about some of the news happening in the world today, in the AI world. And then we're going to have a conversation whether we're going to come back later today in a couple hours for GPT-5 or whether we're going to lean into it right now. So, all right, let's start off on a segment here first I want to start in the comments here. I see that just looking here at the comments here. All right. Yeah, you guys are having a good conversation in there. So that's great. That's great. It's great. It's great. Okay, we got Holroyd still in there. We got Bernard still in there. Hey, if you guys are tuning into the show, I invite you to come check us out every single day. We get after 8 o'clock Eastern time right here on Mornings in the Lab Network. We start at 7:30 with Matthew Roof with Kindness Rising. And then the big show starts at 8 o'clock. And then we got our third hour called Inside the AI Lab, where we are going to get into topics around the world of AI and how we are using it to build this big show. Okay, so we're going to start with some news here, guys. I'm going to put some news on the table. Legendary investor Vinod Koja advises Gen Z. So, guys, I got folks asking me all the time going, hey, what should I be doing with my kids? Or should my kids be going to school? Or what kind of skills should people be learning and so forth? Well, listen, forget picking a major. The man who bankrolled Silicon Valley says the only real superpower left isn't coding. It's leveling up your learning speed because AI is about to make everything else useless. And the question you have to ask yourself is this: can you adapt faster than a machine can learn? Right? So as we're moving forward here, the things we want to be considering is adaptability. And I know I'm talking to my kids much about the idea of adaptability, right? Kaja's boldest advice for Gen Z is, I'm just going to pull it up here, guys, is learn to adapt, right? Because don't lock yourself into one skill. Make rapid learning and adaptability your main skill. You learn one thing, well, tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, and so forth are making these traditional specializations that we've learned obsolete. Think about that for a second. So that value lies in how quickly you can master anything new. And I want you to pause and think about that. So gentlemen, as you're talking to your kids, your nephews, your cousins, people around the world, we have been taught, learn one thing, become an expert in it. I would recommend you might want to be thinking about learning many things. This fellow, this expert, Current Invest, Vinod Koja suggests that, and everybody's making their predictions, but he predicts that within 3 to 5 years, AI could handle 80% of 80% of all jobs. And I think that's what people get nervous about because we don't know. And there's nerves about what we don't know. In 10 to 15 years, there might not be a single job humans do that AI can't do almost as well, except for a few regulated exceptions. And now, one might say, well, is AI getting rid of all the humans? No. AI is going to be augmenting humans and humans, augmenting back and forth. So flexibility is going to beat degrees. Degrees and traditional career safety nets are losing value, right? Koja insists that young people should optimize for flexibility, jumping into new fields on compounding knowledge over time. Think of it like financial investing, but with skills. So guys, if you're looking to talk to your kids about the future, my advice, and I talk about it all the time, lean into adaptability, lean into communication, lean into philosophy, right? If you think about the stuff we're creating here, these ad packs and so forth, words, right? Words, right? So my ability to speak better than perhaps Global or Holroyd or B Drive enables me to create better or different content than those. And I'm not calling you guys out, just using you guys examples. So the ability to speak, the ability to be adaptable are going to be skills more important than ever. All right. Moving on to our next topic this morning in the lab here. Let's see here. Yesterday, Instagram, no, I don't see that up there. I was looking for that story. So yesterday, Instagram launched a Snapchat competitor. Yeah, so if you guys are on Instagram, Instagram launched on their app the ability for maps, right? So you can start tracking people down and seeing where your friends are. But that is Instagram has launched that feature there as well. So if you guys are on Instagram, you'll see that feature rolling out on the platform. That's gives you guys things that you guys can use on your day-to-day basis. Okay, so I'm just looking here through some of the news here. All right, back to YouTube. Yes, back to YouTube, guys. Imagine spending months crafting the perfect video only to find the trending tab has vanished. Replaced by an AI so savvy it knows your audience better than YouTube. I'll tell you, don't panic. Please don't panic. YouTube's 2025 update isn't here to trip you up. It's your ticket to center stage if you know how to play the new game. Well, here's the thing. The classic trending tab is gone. Now personalized YouTube charts surface content by category and audience interest, giving niche and local creators a massive boost. So guys, the time has never been better. Because here's what's happening, guys, and I got to look to a different camera for this one. This is not old YouTube. Old YouTube's gone. Right? This is not about building a YouTube from 2000. Not about building a YouTube 2005, which is one of the reasons we are now leaning into this as big. This is not about, I got 15 million followers. Who cares? Right? 13 million of them are bots. Right? You heard the conversation we had today with Michael Dodsworth. Right? Community, 5,000, 3,000, 10,000, 1,000, 100,000. Right? Communities of like-minded future humans are the future of YouTube in many ways, right? So these social silos that come together, right? Led by leaders of a community, right? So if you're wanting to start a YouTube channel, I could argue the time to start it is now. No better time than now. And here's the other thing. It's not going away. Neither is your content. It's evergreen content. Do you know we're making money on stuff that we made 8 months ago? True story. Think about that. I've been sleeping, not snoozing, getting up, getting after it. And that content we made 6 months ago. Thank you. Good time for the money, buddy. Buck 99. Yes, yes, yes. Good time. You know what? I got to do this. Hold on. I got to find something here. Yes. Good time to drop the buck 99 in the community there. Was that a sticker or I'm not sure. Good time. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. But I'm telling you guys, there's never been a better time to start your YouTube channel because everything in this, oh my God, this reminds me so much when I was starting ICUC with social media. And as I said to my team, like last Friday or even Monday? Fuck, moves so fast. There's magic happening right now in the world. I can see it. That's why today might be a pivotal day. Is it ChatGPT 5 day? Right? There is things happening. I cannot encourage you enough to get on the train. And you're not alone. No, Keith and Matt will lead you guys. Come hang out with us, man. We'll hook arm in arm. Right? You got the Matt show, you got the Keith show, you got Melissa and Jimmy on your side, you got you got Johnny on your side, you got Marty on your side, you got AJ on your side, you got people behind you to make sure you guys are successful. So when you think about YouTube, YouTube's algorithm now deeply analyzes your video narrative, your emotional tone, and your satisfaction signals like replays, surveys, and session length. Right? And great storytelling, authentic messaging, and emotional depth are your new best friends. Like I said, guys, the days of just the talking head, you got 8 seconds to watch. Do you want to watch my 8 seconds of entertainment or do you want to watch 8 seconds of somebody boring the hell out of you? Ask yourself that question. The bar to deliver great content has never been lower. Yes, hear me say that again. The bar to deliver great content has never been lower. The bar to execute on it has never been fucking higher. Think about that, right? Think about that. So if you need some help, come knock on our door. We can help you guys with that. True story. True story. Okay. Get into YouTube, guys. It ain't going away. It's not going anywhere. You guys can join the live show here if you want. Join us right now in the comments in the Mornings Lab community, or join the show 431-300-3005. I'm happy to take your call on the show right this second. So if you're coming through, I invite you to call it. If you're going to be an idiot, I'm going to kick you off the show, and we're going to give you the idiot button. And maybe what we're going to do, I'm going to create even an idiot segment. Yeah, I'm going to create an idiot segment. I'm going to take your name that I see in the comments. I'm going to put it on the idiot segment. I'm going to call you an idiot. And then we're going to create an idiot section of our channel just for idiots. I guess we'll do, Jimmy. That's exactly what we're going to do. So I invite you guys to come say hi in the comments. The vertical stream is hot. The horizontal stream, Lady Drew will greet you there and say hello to you guys. And to those of you guys that are passively watching, and I know there's many of you passively watch and passively hang out, I appreciate all of you guys. I really do. I invite you right now, pick up your phone, come say hello. Come leave a comment. Come leave a comment on the horizontal side. Come leave a comment on the vertical side. I want to bring you guys up to say hello and welcome you guys to the channel. I want to see who else is out there passively. I love all you passive viewers out there as well that are hanging out with us here on the channel. Okay, so as I continue to go through this, I want to share with you guys what I was talking about with Melissa and the gang yesterday. So okay, here we go. Right, so this one here. So today, I believe at 10 a.m. Pacific time, we are going to see GPT-5 launch, plus all the latest news on the new models that OpenAI has launched. So you can watch the live stream. The much anticipated GPT-5 is landing. Sam Altman just trolled. What's going on, the Quest? I see you, Quest. What's shaking? Welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends. Welcome to our community. The Quest, where are you joining us from today? We'll love to hear where you're joining us from today. Are you here in Canada? Are you in the States? What city are you in, the Quest? I'm glad to hear you stumble upon our channel. If you haven't subscribed, I'd invite you to subscribe to our channel, Mornings in the Lab, over here on the Mornings in the Lab live network. And I actually, guys, I want to talk with you for a quick second too. If you guys want to start your YouTube channel, YouTube's not built for what we're doing. YouTube is an on-demand video channel. We are swimming upstream with our live channel. So again, if you want to get into a situation where you have a higher likelihood of success than one that doesn't, you might want to join our channel because we're swimming upstream and we're basically setting the path before you go with our live conversational platform here called Mornings in the Lab. But as I was saying, guys, the much anticipated ChatGPT-5 is landing, and Sam Altman just trolled the entire internet with Star Wars death memes and Death Star imagery. And the question we're asking ourselves, could this model be the ultimate force for good or for galactic domination? Now, here's the reality, guys. Altman is awesome. Altman's a great salesman. Altman's a great hype master. I've been reading because I read just a little bit. I've been reading that GPT-5 might not push the needle as far as some people are expecting. Maybe. Or is that just managing expectations around how far the bar is going to be set? We will find out today, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Yep, where they're going to launch it. Some are saying it could be some are saying it could be an iPhone moment in the world. Now, guys, the hype is real. Everybody's watching. Right? Global live stream and the promise that this release leaps far ahead of ChatGPT-4. A GitHub slip revealed several new model names: GPT-5, GPT-5 Mini, GPT-5 Chat. So we're going to see. It's coming up. And Sam Altman is hyping up both the breakthrough potential and the risks, comparing GPT-5 to a Death Star and openly discussing AI's dangers and societal impact, adding drama and intrigue to the launch. Now, listen, it's still unknown which OpenAI subscription will receive it first. Will it be the enterprise? Will it be free? Will it be plus? Will it be teams? Will it be everybody? Well, we're going to find out today at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And OpenAI isn't stopping with GPT-5. Altman teased more models, features, and product releases over the coming months, meaning today's excitement, guys, may just be the start of an AI tsunami beginning today. So the question for the community is this: do we come back after the live stream and host our own Mornings in the Lab special live stream to break down the OpenAI ChatGPT-5 announcement? And I got to be honest with you. A big part of me says yes. What's the community think? Bernard, good time, Asiatic, global, Dusty struggles. Holroyd, I think we're going to go live later today and have you guys here and break it all down, and we'll have it on demand. And then, guys, exactly, Bernard. Bernard, you're awesome. Why wouldn't we? And here's the thing, guys. I've created an Inside the Lab AI channel. It's going to go live tomorrow. We're going to have this content residing as part of our Mornings in the Lab live network, right? So we got the Mornings in the Lab channel. We get Kindness Rising. I've just launched a new one, the Inside the AI Lab, which stuff will land there. But everything, of course, will stream here. So B Drive. So today the announcement is going to be 10 o'clock Pacific time, which is noon Central, which is 1 o'clock Eastern time. I expect that announcement to probably go an hour or so. So I'm thinking that we can go live probably around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock Eastern. No. So hold on, doing my math in front of you guys in the air here. So if it goes live at noon Central, let's say it goes for an hour because I'm on Central. Even though you guys are all Eastern timers and I live in your world of Eastern time because the world doesn't pay attention to Central time. Hey, who on the call here who on the show here is from Central time? Hands up. Who on the show here right now is from Central time? I'm really curious, actually, because we sell this show and promote the show in Eastern time because the world is ignorant to every other time zone except for Eastern time. So the live stream from ChatGPT goes at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is noon Central time. Let's say it goes an hour goes to 1 o'clock Central time, which is 2 o'clock Eastern time. So I am thinking that we'll do this thing between 1 and 2 o'clock Central time. Melissa, am I getting my math right here? Yeah, you guys are in Eastern time currently. I know you guys are all in Eastern time, Bernard. I know you guys are. I know you guys. That's why I tell you guys everything there's done here in Eastern time. Yeah, the AI will have a positive effect. Naysayers will doubt. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do here. We're going to go at around 1 o'clock Eastern time. It gives Keith and Jimmy and Melissa some time to step away and get our lives in check. And my goal then, what we'll do is we'll come back, we'll break down the announcement, right? I'll watch the announcement, I'll break it down, and we'll have a conversation with it, and we'll create some content and conversation and see how it can add value to all of our lives here at Mornings in the Lab. No, but Bernard, I'm still talking Eastern time. So even if it's a 2 Eastern time, it's 1. Yeah, so it's gonna. I think we're probably gonna go live between 2-3 o'clock Eastern time, kind of thing. We'll go on the channel here and we can get the conversation happening. There you go. I'll set my alarm. No snooze for good time. That's awesome. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Jimmy, Melissa, I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna wrap this. We're gonna wrap this segment up earlier today, so that we can come back for an additional special edition of the big show here, Mornings in the Lab, to break down. And Rufy, if you're out there listening, maybe perhaps you if you want to join me on this experience here to break down the OpenAI announcement, we can do that as well. But no obligations, of course. Questions from the community. I'm taking them right now with you guys. I'll get into those questions from the community if you guys have any right now. Looking at my notes here, guys. So yesterday I broke down the tools that I was using. Did you guys find value in that? Like I said, my goal is to continue breaking those down and breaking them into chunks and putting stuff behind the paywall for our members of the community. So, yeah, I kind of don't want to say goodbye, but I also want to ensure that I'm adding value. And I don't know if I'm continuing to add any value at this time, to be frank. I think I'm just talking for the sake of talking, and I don't want to do that. So I think what we'll do, Jimmy, Melissa, is we're going to work towards pivoting the end of the show here. We're going to wrap it up, do a quick little recap, and then we'll be back for the special Mornings in the Lab special edition post OpenAI announcement for a special Inside the AI Lab edition of Mornings in the Lab to keep the show going, or keep our conversation going, and break down. And whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, we'll talk about it. And all right, what can we take to the community page? Bernard, I don't understand your question. Special edition, exactly, Dusty Struggles. We'll get a special edition a little bit later in the show here. You can take to the community page. What you can take to the community page is tomorrow morning when you guys get up, I want to see you guys put your I didn't snooze button, or your picture of your snooze alarm, or a picture of coffee, or maybe a picture of your fucking messy hair when you get your ass out of bed. Yeah, that's it. And hey, guys, one last thing. You guys want some ads? You want some ads for your business? You want some ads for yourselves, personal brands? I got 2 offers for you. If you guys want something quick and dirty, send it over to me. Holroyd, Global, Lady Drew, Good Time. I'll make something quick for you. Send me your logo. Send me something in the community privately, or send me a text 431-313-0005, and I'll make something for you guys because you guys have been great to me. So I want to make something for you guys as well. And then if you want more of what I'm going to give you, we'll do that deal, the 10-pack, $1,000, 10 ads, right? So I want to make something for you. So if you guys want some social content for your feed that's entertaining, logo, a little bit of your vibe, and then Keith and Matt will make something up for you guys and get it back for you for quick and dirty. Maybe you like it, maybe you want more. All right? Okay. Melissa is saying thank you to everybody for hanging out in the lab. Remember, we are keeping an eye out for the first post tomorrow morning. Yes. And our reward is don't have one just yet. We're going to work on the reward. Okay. So listen, on behalf of myself, Johnny, hold on. Looking for my buttons over here. I think it's this one. Yeah, there it is. On behalf of Johnny. Johnny's loading up his Johnny. We got to tell Johnny to listen into the show when he's driving, so he can just maybe join in remotely. On behalf of our brother Johnny Anderson, some people know Lab as a dog. Oh yes, you're right, Global. Yeah, I guess that's true. Some people do know Lab as a dog. I'm a dog. All right, so listen, on behalf of Jimmy, producer Jimmy, who's doing an awesome job on the buttons, man. Jimmy, great job today, brother. I love you, man. Great job producing the show. We're gonna make Jimmy the most famous Filipino in the Philippines. Thanks to Melissa. Awesome. Melissa helped me get our show prepared with our news events today. And so it's funny. I said to Melissa yesterday, I said, Melissa, because we were both figuring out how we're going to deliver it today. I just love sharing what happens behind the scenes for you guys. I said, Melissa, I don't expect perfection today. We expect 1% better than yesterday. And I think we delivered, right? We had some news topics. Hey, where else are you going to find a conversation about a green dildo thrown onto a WNBA court? Yeah, because probably somebody didn't snooze. That conversation probably wasn't had anywhere else other than here today. I'm thinking so, right? Somebody didn't snooze. They had a bad decision, grabbed the green dildo, went to the WNBA court and threw it to some chick's head. Yeah, that's exactly what you did. Guys, remember, do your Supermans today. Get the bow, right? Get down there, get the bow. Arms up, legs out, get the bow in. And if you haven't got your lift in today, get your lift in today. True story. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, go lift something up and put it down. There you go. Go lift something up and put it down. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to help you lift your grandkids up in the future. It's going to make you walk a little longer. Yeah. What happens in my Labrador in the morning? I'm not sure, Global. Oh, man. Why was it green is the question. What's that, Good Time? I'm not sure. All right. Guys, we'll see you in a few hours right back here in the lab after the open A announcement. Go watch the open A announcement. If you don't come back to watch me, I'll tell you guys all about it. Okay, I'll save you guys some time. I'll break it all down here later on in the day. And if you guys are subscribed to the channel, you'll get the notification when we go live. All right? Mornings in the lab with Keith, Johnny, and friends. We'll see you guys in a few hours.